Welcome into the Sports Buffoons podcast. Yo, let's get it out there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the world. Welcome on in, back again, once again, to the Sports Buffoon Studios here at Lenexa, Kansas, of course. We got the full group with us. Jason JG to my left and Tanner Dawson to my right. I'm Mike Settle running it. What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's up?
What's up, yo?
Oh, man, it's good to be here, the trio once more, before our trip to Las Vegas, 1 week from today, as a matter of fact. So
we're going to be rich when we get home. Like, you understand that, right?
I can't wait. Well, is it going to be because of crypto or because of Vegas?
Just in Vegas, in terms of gambling. We're going to have so much money that we don't know what to do with it.
I feel like a lot of people say that when they go to Vegas, but I don't know if that happens.
Well, they're also not professionals. They're
That's true.
Amateurs.
There's a very high chance, guys. Our studio looks different next time we do a show. So.
Most likely, yeah. Yep. Because you're getting your mom's basement rearranged.
That's right.
So.
That's right.
All right, guys. Well, the big show of the day, of course, as we go through, we're going to be talking Royals here in a minute, along with some NBA, and then at the end we'll have some NFL stuff to talk about. But first and foremost, this is the first ever Buffoons whiskey tasting show. We already have our first whiskey poured for each one of us. We have 12 whiskey flights to go down, and these are all, guys, really good quality whiskeys. We're not talking about some Jack Daniel's Jim Beam nonsense bullshit. We got some good whiskeys right here.
And the thing that I like about this the most is that it's going to be 1,000 times better than that hot sauce tasting that we did the last time.
I actually liked the hot sauce.
That was actually
I loved it.
I
loved it. The only problem is my throat seized up and I couldn't talk on the damn podcast. So.
Yeah, there was a few hot ones for sure on that. But
there was the last one.
I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna lie. I think for my taste, my taste buds finally were like, all right, give it a break on the hot sauce because it was tired of me going every time I'd eat something because I was just dousing everything I ate in hot sauce. I had to finally cut that off for a bit. So, but guys, as we go through this list, I'm not gonna tell you every whiskey we have on the list right now, but kicking it off to begin with as we go. So basically every 5 minutes or so, we got to pour new whiskey, so just be ready, you guys. Get your livers ready for the craziness. Our first one, though, is the Rebel 10 bourbon, right?
Rebel 10 bourbon.
Rebel 10 is the first whiskey on our list that we're going to be sipping on while we're discussing some things here. So normally I ask you guys what we're sipping on, but obviously this time.
It actually says Hornitos on the glass. So did you lie to me just now? I thought it was going to be Hornitos.
That was Tanner's fault on that one. Actually, it was my fault because I left our actual good whiskey glasses at my house before I came over. So now we had to resort to Hornitos.
So a little highlight on this product here. Rebel 10, aged 10 years, right? Single barrel, original time honored recipe, meticulously aged in charred oak barrels for 10 years. Builds a unique flavor profile specific to each batch. Made with wheat, corn, and malt. Aromas of vanilla, dark fruits, citrus, and oak. This is a 50% ABV.
The low end.
The low end here. And Total Wine here says this is about a $63 bottle of whiskey. So,
all right, fun stuff. Give it a smell and let's try it out. And then
what do we always say on this show? Anything below 50% is a sissy drink.
And
right?
for beers, anything under 10% is a sissy.
What's up, Hunter?
Right?
What's up, Hunter?
All right, let's give this thing a try out.
You
here.
Penn State legend. I smell the vanilla. I smell the dark fruit, citrus.
Really good. I've had a lot of whiskeys similar to this, but I get a lot of that. What is that? Little cinnamonish type of a flavor on there. You guys? I wish I was better at tasting notes and explaining.
I got the vanilla for sure.
You did get the vanilla,
but to be fair, I'm not a big fan of cinnamon. So a lot of times, if I get cinnamon notes, I just freaking ignore it because I don't want to taste it anyway.
It might be just something else that's got some kind of a burn coming through. I mean, I think it's pretty good.
For 50%, I think it's pretty smooth, for sure.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, gosh darn it, we got NBA in the background at least, so we're going to be paying attention to that. That way we can keep up with the playoff news. But also, I don't know if it's been, here we go, 7:40 Royals game must be on right now.
It is. It is. Currently 0-0. We're in the, I'll tell you, bottom 5.
Oh, already?
Guy on second.
Man, they are rushing that game through. That's crazy. It's only been on for an hour. It must have started early or something because of the rain. But anyways, guys, if you guys have been paying attention the last few days, Royals, I think they're 5 games above 500 at this moment. which has been awesome to see. And they've been, beating up on the bad teams as they should. I think pitching still stayed consistent all the way through at this point. Hitting finally starting to come around a little bit. That game last night was really nice. Got to see the White Sox basically just poop their own pants, and that's how the Royals got the win. But they took advantage of a bad team, which is something the Royals, typically have not always done. So I'll take that. But man, with where we stand right now, what about the Royals roster? Do you think is better or different than what we saw, 2 weeks ago? Because I feel like this team right now is starting to click a little more, starting to come together better.
You want to go, Jason?
I mean, you don't have to worry about MJ Melendez anymore. That was the big problem, I think.
Addition by subtraction.
From day one. And, I heard so many people complaining about how bad the hitting is. Well, when you're in a long season like this, it's going to turn around at some point, and that I think that's what's going to. I think that's it's what's happening right now. So, 21-16, you're 2 games out of first, and what are we? We're in the month of May, so like anything is possible at this point. I would say that as a Royals fan, we all believe in the pitching. We've all believed in the pitching from the very get-go. And now that the hitting is starting to come around, you got rid of MJ, and it just feels different for some reason. I mean, the negativity was so high like 3 weeks ago, and now everything has just changed. I think the Royals are in the mix, no matter how you want to slice it. If you're a pessimist, if you're an optimist, it doesn't matter. They're in the mix. And it's still early, but I like what I'm seeing in terms of the hitting right now.
Yeah, it's starting to come around a little bit, and I think part of that, as you alluded to there, with just Melendez being out of the lineup, which when he was sent down, he was still batting under 100, as a matter of fact. I don't know what he's at right now, but it was not good for a little bit. So to me, the guys that, we're seeing Pasquantino starting to come around a little more consistently. Michael Garcia's playing terrific. Bobby Witt's doing Bobby Witt things. Perez, kind of typical Perez things. And we're starting to finally see India pick it up a little bit as well. And he had a little bit of a slow beginning, I would say. But I think he's a little more consistent at this current moment. But, I mean, for me, at the end of this day, this team is built on pitching. And it's looking great.
It really is.
The starting pitching is awesome. And even Waka, you just said it's the 5th inning, and it's still 0-0. Tells me Waka's at least doing something right. I know it's the White Sox, but, hey, I'll take it. So, I don't know, man.
It's a lot of, you played a harsh beginning of the schedule, right? You had to go to Milwaukee. You took care of the Orioles. You took care of the Twins for the 4-game series, but then you had that road stretch right there in the middle of April, and that's what killed you. I mean, Yankees, Tigers, Cleveland, all back to back series. Like, yeah, that's hard to overcome. But now you've shown what that road stretch has given you, which is confidence now. Now you go on, you took care of the Rockies, you swept them. You took 2 out of 3 out from the Astros. The Double Rays, or the Tampa Bay Rays, you swept them. Orioles, you took 2 out of 3 there. We're in the middle of the White Sox series right now, with a guy dropping the fly ball, hitting his head, classic White Sox style right now. But it's nice because you're taking these bad teams, and they are bad right now. Houston isn't anything special. Baltimore's not nothing special right now. White Sox, we know, stink. But now you still got series going into May, and you're taking advantage of these series where you should be winning it. Red Sox, they have great players right now, but they can't put it together. Like, I love the momentum that we're taking into play of going in exactly the way we should. So, where we're at right now, from a pitching standpoint, which is spot on solid. And we've got some young guys that have come up. Cameron, I think last Wednesday, when we did the draft talk, he was here for it. So, like, he looked good. He had a great pitching outing. We sent him back down. Hopefully we get some of these younger guys up there and see what they can do. But I love where we stand. I love where we stand right now from a Royals fan and the momentum that we bring going through May.
But wouldn't you still also say, I know we got to bring him up, why not again, but bringing up a guy like Jack Caglione, who's really starting to produce really well at Double A.
It'll come.
That's coming eventually.
It'll come.
But man, I just feel like still once he's up to this point, it might not be till July or August or whatever. But like,
You remember Bobby Witt wasn't up here till the end of June.
Bobby Witt's I thought first game was opening day,
It was not opening day.
so he came in the middle of the year.
It was middle of the year.
Was it middle of the year?
So
All right.
June
Yeah.
was the time frame. So when you get a young guy in middle of the season, you kind of get an idea of who you need to keep, who you don't. He's going to come in. He's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. Either way, I mean, it's a lot of fun stuff. In Springfield, he had 2 home runs in one game, so just good to see that he's producing at a high level. At least I know it's Double A, but Triple A should be like any day now, any day.
Right now, you just got to keep raking on what they give you.
Guys, so our next whiskey has been poured, and once again, these are small samples, guys. We have 12 of these mother effers to go through, so we have the next one on the list. This is randomly picked, by the way. This is not in any order.
Particular order.
This is the Larceny Barrel Proof C924. So we'll put that up on the screen for the people, Tanner. We can get an idea of what that bottle looks like at least, and get a little scent on there. And compare it to the previous as well. Let's see what we think. The previous one to me, I'd give like a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good, but it wasn't blowing me away or anything super unique compared to some other things maybe I've had in the past.
All right. So
Yeah, I'd give it. I think I agree with you.
7.
I could maybe go a 6.
Okay.
6 or a 7.
Yeah,
I think we have some on this list that'll beat that.
I'm right
Let's
there
go
with you
that.
guys. So Larceny Barrel.
Larceny Barrel Proof C. Is that the one?
That's
I think. I don't know. C924. Is that on that label, Tanner? I don't know, man. You tell me.
that's the only Larceny bottle we have.
Where's that 924 come from, or is that even
Right down.
Is it-
I don't
it
know if
is
you can
on
see
there?
my mouse. It's at the
bottom corner?
to the bottom, just bottom right there.
Yeah, where it
It's
says
a
Barrel
small print.
Okay.
Small print
Can't see
on that.
so far away.
So Larceny Barrel Proof Batch C924.
All right, guys, this is interesting. Let's
It's
see.
praised for its rich, sweet, and balanced profile with notes of chocolate, cinnamon, and oak. It's very well priced. I
Ooh.
don't have a price for you right off the barrel
I like
here.
that one.
The aroma, expect a mixture of toasted bread, maple syrup,
Yeah.
and a touch of cinnamon. Also, some note of bubble gum and pumpkin pie.
My palate's not that complex.
Flavor, the palate is often described as rich molasses, fig, and hazelnut notes with a nice balance of sweetness and spice. Chocolate, caramel, oak are also common descriptors, and the finish is typically a long and warm with lingering notes of spices and balance overall.
What's the ABV?
The ABV.
Ooh, it's high. 62.5.
Anything under 50 is a sissy
It's
drink.
more than 50. I can
is
promise.
62.55.
Okay, good. 1 week from today, we're going to be on the top of the roof in Vegas. So
That's
Oak
right.
and
cheers, guys.
agave.
Cheers.
Oak and agave. Welcome in to the Buffoons. Sorry, I'll get us off the screen.
Cheers,
here.
Tanner. 1 week from today, we're going to be on the roof
That's right.
in Vegas.
Oak and
So,
agave, new to the Buffoons channel. You just say hello, gents. Close enough. Hey, that's what we're about here.
Yeah,
We're trying to
that
get.
might be the bottle. I don't know. By the way, it was our most censored viewer of the show is who gave us this package full of whiskeys.
And there he
As
is.
a matter of fact, my dad.
There he is, Mr. Dave himself. C924 is the last release of 2024.
He set the record for most
Thank you,
times
Dave.
censored on YouTube in our chat. So
And if you guys who are entering the show here, if you see below me currently, I will put the pictures that we have tried
Already
currently
tried.
below, so you guys are aware.
I think this one, guys, is a lot better than the previous. This Larceny is really good stuff. Tanner, give me your opinion. I know these are a little smaller pours. I'm trying not to get us all just totally hammered here. But
yeah,
aren't those flavors phenomenal?
that's
Man, what
one.
do you think?
the flavor is definitely better
This
Yeah.
is
than
one.
the
It's
last one.
got a lot more going
This
on.
is one where you pop on the Jesus, you get a fire out back. You sit
Oh,
down,
that's a
you
good-
pour it down, and it's like a nice chilly night, but not
Yeah.
too cold, and
This-
you just relax.
This is up my alley of this type
Oh,
of
yeah.
whiskey.
Not bad at all.
I feel like I would give it an 8 out of 10.
8.
However, when you get over like 50 to 60%, it's very difficult to give a 10 because you're getting less flavor and more alcohol. So it's almost like the alcohol drowns out everything else.
Is that what you picked up on? Because I thought it did pretty good considering the high ABV. I thought it did pretty good covering that.
But that's why I gave it an 8. But I was just like, it's very difficult to pick up the notes on when you get to 62%.
That's pretty solid.
How much is this bottle, Tanner?
I didn't get a full price here, but I can get one for you.
I was curious if you had one somewhere listed.
Price. Worth the price is all. So, $60.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
about
good.
60.
If that's true, that's a good deal.
That's what
good
the
whiskey.
Bourbon and Banter site says. It's about $60.
All right. Let's do one more here, and then we can move on to our next little chit chat. Oh, Tanner's still drinking?
You gotta savor these tastes.
Oh.
You can't just rush it.
I'm pouring
Well,
us.
you don't want to rush that
I'm
one,
pouring us
Tanner.
like a pinky's width, essentially, out of these 12.
Tanner, I don't know if his throat can handle that one right there.
You
man.
guys are killing me. I
What?
swear.
I'm not going anywhere, but somebody has to drive home today, so.
It ain't me. I'm in my mom's basement.
Yep. Thanks, Mom.
I'll be driving home in my dreams, but not in reality.
All that matters is where you wake up. All right, I'm pouring the next one here. Next one on the list here, we got number 7. This is the Oak and Eden Amberana whiskey barrel. So let's check this out. Because so guys, Amberana, I've had you guys, at least you, tried the RD1 before. RD1 is a Amberana barrel, which is one of my favorites that I've had. I just think it's a really unique flavor. So I'm curious how this one differs from the RD1.
Give me the ABV first, because that's really all we care about, Tanner.
Oh, okay. All right. Hang on.
You need to know whether it's worth even drinking, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think any of these are below 45.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good, because once you get down into the 30s, like,
All
what's
right.
the point?
So, Oak and Eden's Bourbon and Amberana has an ABV of 50%. It's 100 proof.
Right at 50, okay.
This weeded bourbon is finished and bottled with Amberana wood spire, imparting flavors of cinnamon, baking spices, and gingerbread. Reviews suggest it's polarizing spirit, with some finding it too sweet or overwhelming, while others appreciate its unique flavor. So we talked about the cinnamon, gingerbread, and baking spice notes for the influence of the Amberana. Bourbon base, it's wheat bourbon base, smooth, easy sipping with vanilla, caramel, and oak flavors. Overall, it's a rich, complex flavor profile, strong emphasis on cinnamon and baking spices.
All right. Let's try it out. Jason's got his first sip.
Okay, so I smell the gingerbread notes that were in the nose part.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, I love the Amberana, man. God, yes. This is exactly the kind of flavor I had on RD1 that I really enjoyed.
Oh, my God. Am I drinking a cinnamon roll?
Thank you. Yes, like cinnamon roll. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Jason, next drink.
Go.
Next drink you do, I want you to let that sit on your tongue for like 3 seconds.
You got to let it
sit.
But you said there's gingerbread in here.
Well, that's
No.
the flavor palette.
It's a flavor.
So I will have you know that I'm actually,
So-
full disclosure, I am racist against gingerbread men.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't like the
there's-
taste. I don't like how they look.
Would you rather have black men?
So,
What kind of man do you want?
the nose,
Oh, man.
the tasting notes. So in the nose, when you smell it, it's bread and gingerbread notes, which you do smell. In the palate, it's ginger, cinnamon, and brown sugar dominated, with a hint of fruity notes, which you taste
the brown sugar is
and it
terrific.
tastes like a cinnamon roll. Because the finish is a mix of ginger and cinnamon and brown sugar.
As much as I hate the gingerbread man, I've got a 9, bro. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
One more, your next drink. Let it sit,
9 out of
sit on
10.
your tongue.
Gosh, it is a
Let
freaking
it
cinnamon
sit for
roll.
3
It's a
seconds.
9 out of
It
10.
has that brown sugar with even the icing part for me. Like,
That's that sweetness. Can you pull up the picture one more time of that bottle, Tanner?
yeah, it's up there. It's on the bottom.
I mean, well, I didn't even get it bigger or not, but okay.
Give me a number. What do you got? I got a 9 out of 10.
I can go with a 9
That's
on this.
amazing.
I'm down with a 9.
And the last one was really good. Last one was like 8.5 for me. This one probably just barely edges it out. But it's great news. You guys like the Amberana. flavor because
That's amazing.
I think that's a terrific flavor to have in a whiskey.
All right, let's see what this price is here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour the next one while we move on
Total
to
what?
A little.
Oh,
bit
it's
of our
only
next-
$59.99, guys.
Another $60 bottle.
That's
Yeah,
good,
that's
dude.
good for
It's really
$60.
good. Really good stuff.
So let's keep talking here while
I'll
savor
pour
this
while you
one.
guys talk if we need to.
I'm kind of savoring this a little bit. So
that's
give me a
fine.
minute. But like, I guess you want to keep talking Royals. Yeah, more for the Royals.
Well, for
Sure.
me, I'm just glad that we're here and coming up in the middle of May, and we're still in this thing, and it's still an exciting team to watch for the most part.
There's a lot of talk on X about India and where Garcia's playing. So second,
Yeah, no, that's a great one.
I think
to
it's
bring up.
interesting.
Yeah.
to see that.
And you kind of wonder yourself, why did they do that? Because Garcia played third base all of last year. India comes along and they just kind of assume, hey, let's just shuffle Garcia over to second base. But India's not performing at third base the same way Garcia was athletically.
Which I think that's part of the deal, though, is what they wanted. They were afraid with India at second, it would disrupt the middle of the infield more. Because Garcia played a little bit of short.
I don't know, because you have a great athlete like Bobby Witt up the middle already.
But you need, but no, there's the chemistry to turn two. What if that
Yeah.
doesn't work out? India, is already pulling when he's at third. I think it's interesting that they can mix it around. I think there will be defensive adjustments.
You're a baseball player. You know where to be and where to be there.
Hey, you could say that, but
I mean, I just think that
You could say
there's some
that.
basics about the game. If you're at the pro level,
you could say that.
you should know when to be and where to be.
You can say that.
The old cliche is that you're only as good as your weakest link. And who do you guys think is the weakest link on this whole team in terms of hitting? Because I'm sitting here looking at my phone, and Kevin Biggio is batting fifth. He's the fifth batter, batting 192. Is he the weakest link on this team?
Yeah, it's not the weakest link, because it's
Who do we need to fix? Who do we need to convince to play better?
Vinny.
Okay.
He leads the team in home runs, Tanner. What do you want from him, the guy? I mean, he's coming around. Yes, he had a rough beginning, but he's now over 200 at least. Still leads 22 RBIs, 6 bombs.
Can I make
fair,
the
Dave.
case?
What do you
It's
want?
fair, Dave.
Can I make the case if you're a 30-year-old batting 192, you probably shouldn't be here?
Like Hunter Renfroe,
Kevin Biggio.
Kevin Biggio.
Kevin, yeah.
192.
He shouldn't.
When you're a 30-year-old doing that stuff, I mean, that's
And then he's made a couple errors this season too at second
it.
base.
Just
So
maybe he shouldn't be here, dude.
he
Probably
honestly shouldn't.
Probably
Really
not.
shouldn't. Dave does have a point. India did choke in left field 2 nights ago, and then he also choked at third base. So that's fair.
Yeah, he did misplay
And-
that
but
ball.
but where do you put him, right? And I think that's where right field comes into play. But again, the guy's fast and he can move.
So you got Vinny
worth
as your weakest link. Mike,
I'm
who
not saying
is
my
your
weakest
weakest link
Weakest link on the team.
on the team?
I'm trying to be
As if you're just talking about a starter or
a 40-man
you can go
roster.
pitcher. You can name a pitcher if you want to. but I'm just
40-man
saying, like,
roster.
Yeah, well, the thing is, most of these pitchers at this point have a good role that they're playing, and they're doing a good job for the most part.
so you have to play. You have to put a
Um,
batter in there, a starter.
I would say Biggio.
Yeah, he makes the most sense to be the weakest link
Okay.
right now.
I just that when I saw that he was batting fifth, I was just like that doesn't make any sense to me.
You know who's impressed me though? Drew Waters.
Okay, so far, he's done a good job.
Drew
But
Waters
it's
is coming
it's
up.
a small sample size too.
Yeah,
keep that- let's keep that in mind.
very
Again,
small sample
But
size.
when you have the opportunity, he seems to take advantage of it.
Well, I hope so. I mean, hope this is kind of like the turning in the corner. Like last year, Michael Garcia was pretty terrible. He couldn't bat lead off. He was horrible at it. And this year, he's like a whole new person. He's getting up there. He's taking walks. I mean, the guy's hitting for even a little power. He's got 4 home runs on the year. He's improving running the bases at this point, but batting over 300. I mean, it's awesome to see. But maybe Drew Waters is one of those guys also that developed over the offseason. One of those kind of guys that is now finding his place here in the league. I don't know if that's going to be sticking true or not throughout the whole season, but yeah, we'll find out. But so far, I think things are starting to click by the addition by subtraction mindset of getting rid of Melendez. Next one on my list to get rid of is Hunter Renfroe. And that's why Jack Caglianone's been playing right field in Double-A. He's been getting time out there, Double-A, in right field for the first time in his career. basically getting him ready for when that time does come. Make sure he's prepared for his position because Vinny's stuck at first base. He's not going anywhere else but that. And Perez,
It's between him and Perez at first.
yeah.
base,
So I mean, at this point, right field's the weak link. We'd almost give up worse defense. Not that you can get that much worse than Renfroe in the right field for the addition of a better offense and better bat. If Jack ends up being the guy we think he's going to be.
yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Next whiskey about to be poured here. Number 10, and I'm now looking at our list. Looks like number 10 is the Redemption Rye. So I don't know what you guys think about ryes typically.
I like ryes.
I'm not a big rye fan. That's definitely one I typically steer away from. Ryes have a little bit of a peppery taste to them a lot of times. A little more spice, but to me, it's just a little more harsh, I guess, than a bourbon.
All right, let's get some talk about this here. All right, so Redemption Rye is considered a good value rye whiskey, particularly for its price point. It's praised for its bold, spicy notes and suitability. Holy cow! For both sipping neat and mixing in cocktails. While some find it a bit gentler than other ryes, it's still considered a serviceable and pleasant option. So the flavor profile for this is spicy and drier flavor, reflecting the style of rye, of course. Whiskey, which is famous before Prohibition. Versatility, it can be enjoyed neat, a drop of water or a large ice cube.
So this would go good in a
this would
Manhattan,
be Manhattan or old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned or something.
So this
like
would be
that.
a Manhattan
Love it.
old-fashioned one. And then, what else? Yeah, I mean, that's really it. So it's nothing too fancy. It's a rye, right?
Yeah. Well,
ABV.
let's try it out. I'm gonna give it a little scent. It
So
doesn't have as
so this
much
is
nose.
a 46% ABV.
Okay. Just above your threshold, Jason.
Okay.
Just barely
Yeah.
above it. So you might. This is a very sessionable whiskey.
It's not a sissy drink. I'll put it that way.
I don't think any of these are going to be sissy drinks.
No, they're not sissy drinks.
I don't see Jack Daniels on here, so
And Dave, I know, I'm finding the best I can here for the closest. I mean, I'm finding stuff. I can't imagine this is the whole truth here, but I'm finding up to $50.
okay.
So on price.
I guess if you like ryes, I mean, I guess I could see why you'd pay for that. But to me, the flavor is lot more mellow. It's a lot more mellow than the previous one, especially going from that Amberana we just had.
I like ryes.
It's not.
I do like the
strong, though.
ryes.
It's not like overbearing, like you're feeling the alcohol on your tongue or whatever. It's just kind of a smooth rye, you know. I've had some that kind of bite you a little bit. This one's a little more smooth than that.
I feel like if you're a person that likes rye, then you would rate this easy 7 out of 10. Easy 7 out of 10.
It goes down easy. I'll give you that.
But
for
if you
sure.
don't like ryes, you're probably going to be like, oh, that's a fucking 4 or whatever.
See, I'm almost getting
yeah.
like some kind of a melonish type of a flavor out of it.
I am too.
You are? So
Yeah.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the previous. I know we have some water here, but
I rinsed my glass out and I
did
I'm
too.
getting it.
yeah.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of that melony.
I don't think it's part of the last one.
Okay.
I think that's how
Interesting.
it is.
This one's not bad, and like I said, I'm not a big rye fan, but this one is good, especially if you liked rye. I could see it, but I like how smooth it is. Doesn't have that harsh bite like a lot of them do.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't mind it at all. Yeah, there's no harsh bite that there
Yeah.
normally is with these.
This one goes down smooth. Yeah.
That could be dangerous too.
All right. It's not one. See, like if I was more into ryes, I would really like it more. But I got to give this one more in that like 7.5.
I was going to go
somewhere.
6 or 7.
I like ryes, and I do like ryes overall.
So what would you give this one out of 10?
I'm giving it a 7.
7. Okay.
Because it's a little bit too sweet for me.
Gotcha.
Too
With that
sweet.
with that high of ABV, you're not really looking for sweet stuff. For me personally.
Yeah.
If I want something sweet, I'm gonna go with the low ABVs. Not something in the 40s and 50s and 60s. And it's just like, but the gingerbread drink. That might be the big winner.
We have
of the
that
night.
one. We have to look for that at the store.
That might be the big winner of the
it's only
night, dude.
$60.
Okaneden Amberana. They might have that in Vegas.
We're gonna buy a case of it. We can purchase a whole case in Vegas.
You can buy it at the airport probably. in those whiskey shops.
Don't get okay. Just
The
calm
whiskey
down,
shops?
Tanner.
No,
We're not-
I mean, not
Oh,
going.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the stores there.
I don't even try to look in there.
If you're buying bottles in the airport, you have a problem. We're not gonna be doing.
They got
that.
a whole
We're
store,
not gonna be doing
man.
that
It's
shit.
wild.
Oh well, coming back from Mexico, man, they got a huge tequila shop. I mean, in the airport, it's tequila everywhere. Tequila, I mean, all kinds of different things you've never heard of before. It's wild. They're trying to get you to spend $500 on a tequila bottle
That's
on the way out.
insane.
Which you probably should if it's a good tequila.
Yeah, I had other experiences in Mexico. That's all right. All right, guys. Well, I know I'm watching in the background of your shoulder there, Tanner, but they're only down by 5. The Knicks, 81, Boston 86. So the comeback could be happening again. We saw this in Game 1 with the Knicks getting that comeback victory. So I wonder this time how it's going to go down. It's, like I said, 3 minutes left in the game, man. Anything's open for business at that point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. NBA wise here, Jason, Knicks, Boston. I mean, we saw the Knicks come back of our first game, end up taking it here. But it's, to me, like Porzingis has played 13 minutes. He's coming off the bench. He's still hurt. He's it's something still bothering him, right? And not having it in that starting lineup and having Al Horford there playing the 26 minutes, I ultimately think that's the biggest issue right now for the Celtics, is not having him in there.
The Celtics have no issues, and we've been talking about this since last year. If you look at their record last year, I haven't looked it up this year, but last year we said when Porzingis got injured, everybody freaked out, and we realized that the Celtics actually had a better record without Porzingis than they did with Porzingis. Now, this whole conversation it's irrelevant because we all know, the whole world knows, that the Celtics are going to win this series. And I would suggest that it's regardless of this game. And I know that, Celtics are probably going to win this game, but I would submit to you that even if the Celtics lose this game right now, they're still going to win it in 6. That's the discrepancy between the Celtics roster and the Knicks roster. They're just that much better.
So,
I mean, you would have to see a total implosion like we've never seen before in the NBA. They're just too good. They have too much experience. The roster is just better. You guys know, and you could make the case that okay, JG is freaking biased because he's never been a Karl Anthony Towns guy. He never will be, and that's fine. But Karl Anthony Towns is just not like that. That dude has no dog inside him. That dude is not in a position to where he can lead his team to beat the Boston Celtics. This is not going to happen. Mikal Bridges, I love that guy. I love all these players on the Knicks. I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. It's just Boston's going to win right now, and if they win, yeah, I know. You want me to dump that drink on your balls there, Mike?
Well, when you're done talking, we got to drink these. Then we can keep going.
As bad as everybody in the world wants to see the Knicks win this, it's a freaking joke. If Boston wins tonight, my prediction is it's going to be over in 5 games. Gentlemen sweep.
I think it's interesting because if you look at this game's box score so far, each team's only used 3 people off their bench. Like they're not
Problem
utilizing the
is
bench. They're playing guys.
The problem with the Knicks is that Jalen Brunson is your best player.
What's the problem with that?
And I love Jalen Brunson, but he's a small guard. He's not going to lead any team to a championship anytime soon. Jalen Brunson needs to be the second best player on our team if you're going to win a championship. If he's your best player, you have 0% chance of winning a championship. And it's because he's a small guard, but he's not going to have that much of an impact on the defensive side of the floor because he's short. He's going to have immense, impact on the court in terms of offense every other game. He's going to put up a lot of points, but I mean, he's not a guy that you can depend on. You can't have a guy like Jalen Brunson leading you to a championship. He shouldn't be And I feel bad for him because I like him as a player. Nobody should depend on him to just run roughshod through the playoffs and just lead a team to the championship. You need dogs. You need taller players. Not like I'm looking at OG Anunoby right now. Great player. Karl Anthony Towns, good player. Mitchell Robinson, good player. If you're going to beat the defending champions as the Boston Celtics, you don't need good players, dude. You need great freaking players. And Jalen Brunson, if you're going to do that, needs to be the second best player on your team.
Brunson right now, tonight, is the fourth best player on the team. And Anunoby is the sixth best player on the team.
That's fine.
Currently.
But Brunson can't show up. You can't expect a guy like Brunson to put up 40 points every single game. You can't expect him to put up 30 every single game. It's not going to happen.
20? Because right now he's at 11. Right now he's at 11.
Not really.
He's 4 from 16. Currently.
I mean, he should
2
average.
2 from 8.
I would expect him to average 22 to 23 points a game.
Yeah.
But he can have a game where he's only going to put up 18 or 17 points. You've got to have your bigger players, guys that are 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", have to carry the load. And
that's what they're doing.
It's, for me, the weakest link.
That's what they're doing.
I asked you about weakest link on the Royals. The weakest link on the Knicks, believe it or not, is Karl Anthony Towns because he has no dog in him whatsoever. He might show up. This is a guy that could give you a 40 burger in one freaking game and then go to sleep.
How about
go to sleep?
How about a 21, 17, and 1 today? 17 boards.
That's for Karl Anthony Towns?
Towns today.
Guess what?
17.
Guess what's going to happen?
AKA, why
12 points.
Why my issue is with Al Horford being starting in the starting lineup instead of Porzingis. That doesn't happen if Porzingis is in.
Honestly, Al Horford is a much more consistent player than Karl Anthony Towns.
All right, timeout, guys. We got to move on to our fifth drink. We got a few more to go, of course. So.
Well, I can do this shit all night, so we can talk.
I know we're gonna come back to it. Don't worry.
This will be number 5.
Number 5 on the list here. So this one is just listed as our barrel of Eagle Rare /
Eagle Rare. Yeah.
So he says our barrel. I think referring to his own personal barrel of Eagle Rare / Larceny is what it looks like. So I'm curious how this one's gonna go. I don't see. That's the thing. I don't know if that's exactly this whiskey we're drinking or not, but maybe if he's watching still, he can fill us in on.
Give me the ABV,
this
Tanner, on this one.
So I'll tell you which one I had on this one here. Eagle Rare. What was it? Eagle Rare bourbon
/ I just took a drink as I was talking. Oh boy, Eagle Rare / Larceny is what he's got. So he might have combined 2, is what he's trying to say.
Okay.
On this one, 2 into 1 to create its own little zombified bourbon here. Yeah, that for that drink I just took of it while I was talking, like, hey, that got me right away in the throat there.
I'll tell you what the Eagle Rare bourbon review. We'll do the review. It's probably the 10, I'd imagine. Eagle Rare is generally considered a very good bourbon. It's well-respected, popular choice, right? Has usually lingering finish, flavor profile. Adds notes of toffee, orange peel.
I get the orange peel.
Oh, yeah, he did mix it up. Okay.
I got the orange peel
and
for
Larceny
sure.
Age. So, yeah, rare. Okay, that's what I got. Toffee, orange peel, herbs, honey, leather, and oak.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the taste is described as bold, dry, and delicate with notes of candied almonds and rich cocoa. I'm in love with the cocoa.
Did you say
herbs?
herps, as in herpes?
Herbs.
Herpes?
Herbs.
I definitely get the orange peel and herbs.
So the mouthfeel, many reviewers highlight the smooth and creamy mouthfeel of Eagle Rare. The finish is described as dry and lingering.
You gotta save that mouthfeel talk for later, Tanner.
So, and that's just the Eagle Rare. So then, yeah, he did mix it. He did say he mixed it. It was majority Eagle Rare with Larceny aged in my own barrel.
What's the ABV?
Okay.
He said, that's a good question.
Man, ABV is not going to be exact in that case.
So Eagle Rare is 45, and your larceny was 50.
Oh, well, if it's with that larceny, with the previous one we already did, it might just be a different larceny because that larceny we had earlier was a different one. I don't know.
So I mean, it's possibly between a 45 and a 60 combined.
45 and 60 somewhere, or 45 and 50 probably.
He said it's with orange peel and vanilla bean nutmeg.
Yeah.
Starsky's out here. Starsky, welcome in.
Get
He
lots of
says
orange
Celtics are choking again.
That's amazing, actually. I'm kind of watching this now, but yeah, it looks like they might be choking. There's 24 seconds. We'll have to pay attention as we're talking here. But let me know what you think, Tanner. I thought this was good. The orange peel comes through. I don't know.
I gotta give it a 9.
Really? So big
But
fan. Huh?
I'm a fruity guy, as you guys know.
Oh, I know.
I'm a straight guy, but I'm
told
also
me
a
about
fruity
that.
guy.
I know what you used to do.
I'm a straight guy, but I'm a
Remember
fruity
that time
guy.
when we were outside on my balcony that one time? What you asked me to do to you?
Yes, I do
I
remember.
knew
that.
right then and there. You were the kind of guy for that.
You knew that I like fruit, so the orange for whatever reason does something to me. I've got a 9 out of 10 on this.
Well, okay. I'm glad the orange
amazing.
feels strong, isn't it?
It's
Oh my
amazing.
gosh.
It's amazing.
It's strong. So is this better to you than the Amberana?
Is that the one that had gingerbread, or
Yeah. That's that one.
did I give that a 9 too? I gave that one a 9.
I
or
think
did
we
give
all
it
gave
an
it
8?
at least a 9 on that one.
Larceny A122 barrel proof is what he used. So let's see what that one is.
No.
Okay.
I would say the gingerbread is better.
Okay.
So if I
I
had to
think I
give a
would too.
9.5 and a 9, I would give it to the gingerbread.
So it was a 62.2%, and it's a 124.4 proof is what he used of larceny.
So this drink's more
Sure.
closer to probably 52%, 50,
weak sauce.
53 maybe,
Damn.
Weak
Dave?
sauce.
something like that.
That's amazing though. I would give it to the gingerbread drink.
Yeah, I do too. Just because I
But-
really like that Amberana taste.
Yeah, that's totally a 9. That's a 9 out of 10, dude. Totally a 9 out of 10.
All right. Well, while I got you guys paused, I'm gonna pour the second one just so that way we're.
I'm gonna go 5.
Oh, you're not done.
So Tanner, are we done with
You're gonna go with
the
a 5. You're not a fan of this one. What's wrong with this one, Tanner? So Tanner doesn't like this one.
I don't know. It's not smooth. I don't know, man. There's something with it.
Interesting. See, I liked it quite a bit.
I didn't. I thought I would, but because you liked it, and usually
Yeah.
I like a lot of stuff you like. But
You liked it a lot.
Something wrong with your throat? Do we need to get you a rapid strep test, or whatever they call that shit? Tanner, are you done with the Knicks in this series? Do the Knicks have a chance?
yeah, they do. Obviously,
I'm not buying it, man. I think they suck.
Well, this game's almost over, so we'll know in just a couple seconds what's going on here behind us.
dude, it's a 90-89. I don't think the Knicks suck necessarily or anything like that. Whew, that last one.
That's crazy, Tanner. I don't know what you
Just
just
something
like
about
about it.
But look, I like what the Knicks bring. So they do bring. I don't know.
They don't bring. They don't strike me as a very strong like defensive team. It's just like a bunch of name power. You know, like they got big names, but they don't really scare me. Like if you could tell me that the Knicks would play the Timberwolves in the NBA Finals, hypothetically, I think the Timberwolves would freaking destroy them defensively.
I don't know.
Because the Knicks are just a bunch of big names
I don't know.
that
got
can
the
get
sweet
you
wheat Knicks.
they can get you a bunch of points,
I don't know, man.
and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but defense wins championships, and I just like I don't know, man. Like
Something wrong with
I think they're done, man. Like
I don't know,
said,
man.
I think that the Celtics, I've said it, you guys heard it here first. The Celtics can go down 0-2 at home and still win this thing in 6 games.
So let's say
they're that good.
Let's say the
they're
Knicks
that freaking good.
pull this out, right? Celtics go down 0-2, right? Who do you have more faith in, Cavs or the Celtics in the East?
Cavs.
You think the
Like,
Cavs
why do I
or the
care about the
Pacers?
Cavs?
Oh, okay.
No, those are just younger teams. Like the Pacers have by far more experience than the Cavs. So like I'm not going to be surprised if the Cavs go down in that series.
Well,
but
they're
like,
also hurt. They're missing 3. They were missing 3 guys yesterday.
I would take
Tied up
I would
90s.
take either one of
Holy
these
cow.
teams right now ahead of both of those teams.
All right, so this game behind us is almost over. There's like 9 seconds left. Let's drink this and see who the winner is.
See who the winner is.
Yeah, we got the 1792 sweet wheat up next.
And then we're all going to go to the casino after this and play Baccarat,
Yeah,
right?
I'm ready to go, man. I'm getting
should.
pumped. Also, I'm starting to feel like I'm on the heater again. Starting to feel, which is a perfect timing. If I can time this right, being on the heater, going into Vegas would be ideal.
I
I can feel
I
it.
think I've
I
got
can feel
some
it ramping
cash.
up.
I think I've got like 2,500 in my pocket right now.
feel
I
it
can
ramping
go up
up.
there and
Ooh, that's-
make some money.
so I've had this before, the 1792, but I don't think it was the sweet wheat. I think I had a 1792.
I think you had a different,
a different one, but I have bought that bottle, or that brand, I should say, but just different.
Sweet wheat review.
The hell is that? 1792?
Yeah. So is this though a rye
Who
or
makes that?
well, that's the name of the brewery or not the brewery.
Okay.
So
Distillery.
It's
That's the manufacturer, right?
yeah, it is. Yeah, but I'm trying to see if it's what you asked. It's bourbon.
So it is bourbon. Okay.
Yes. So in 1792, sweet wheat is generally regarded, particularly for its smooth, sweet flavor profile and value. It's known for its delicate body of notes of vanilla and caramel, complemented by a touch of white oak tannins. Many reviewers find it be a great summer sipper due to its silky sweet mouthfeel and brown sugar richness. Ooh.
So this
okay.
one is really smooth, Tanner. You're probably gonna like it a lot. I think it goes down real easy.
Weeded. All right.
Yeah.
So the flavor profile, sweetness. The primary characteristics of this bourbon is noticeably sweetness, often described as brown sugar or raw pancake batter. That's interesting.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Notes are vanilla, caramel, and a hint of white oak tannins. Some reviewers pick up cinnamon, cherry, and even a touch of peanut in that. The wheat is mash bill contributes to a smooth and mellow mouthfeel. The complexity is not very complex. So in the nose, let's there we go. In the nose, reviewers describe the aroma as having a peanutty or dusty note, while others find it reminiscent of a sweet bourbon with cherry cola notes. Oh,
Yeah, I get the sweeter side of it for sure.
I want you guys to make note of what you're seeing on the screen right now. If you're watching that Knicks Celtics game, all of these Knicks players are acting like they just won the championship. I want you to keep that in the back of your minds when they lose.
Ooh, yeah.
When they lose the
check
next
that
4
out.
games in a row.
the taste described as buttery and full of mouthfeel.
Because I just told you the Celtics are capable of winning 4 games in a row, easy, and closing this thing out in 6.
Light
All of the
sweet.
Knicks
Oh,
players, the Knicks players have never experienced this before in their lives, and yeah.
Interesting. So this is the
I don't know,
first
man.
one that comes in as some paying. Some suggest that paying significantly more than MSRP price might move into a bad value.
How much is this?
I'm looking it up right now.
what's the ABV
It's
again?
a $50 price tag.
50?
50.
Well, what's the ABV, Tanner?
ABV. It's 45.6.
45 on the lower end for you, but it tasted kind of light, but I liked it. I mean, it was good. I mean,
Well, it said it's
easy.
summer style bourbon,
That makes sense.
so it makes sense to be lighter.
Makes sense. We had our earlier one of that late fall / winter, the campfire we talked about. You
Yes.
brought up, and this one is definitely more on that lighter side of things.
I could definitely sit down and drink this on a
Give me a
nice
number.
day.
Give me a number,
it's pretty
10.
easy.
Out of 10.
I go 8.
Yeah, I think 8's good. 8's fair and good. I mean, it's a good whiskey,
It
but
just
it goes down
seems-
easy. It goes down easy.
For me, it just seems more traditional. And
Traditional.
I'm a traditional guy with bourbons,
Okay,
so I'm gonna give it a 9.
that sweet.
I'll give it it's one of those where I really want to give it a 10.
Traditional man.
I want to give it a 10 so bad, but it's just not quite there for me. But I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It reminds me of a more traditional bourbon.
Let's do this next one, and then let's talk about what is happening behind Tanner
God
here.
damn, dude.
So what?
You rushing through everything?
We're trying to keep this show under 2
We
hours.
still got like some other topics. Man.
We still got a lot more whiskeys.
You're stuffing freaking
You need to-
whiskey
you need to
shots
talk
How
down.
many
about-
more whiskeys do we have? We still have. What do we got?
We're on 6.
That's
We
what
got
I
6
mean.
more.
We're halfway. We've been on. We've been talking now for 50 minutes.
this-
If you want to stop,
This
if you
wasn't
want
stuff whiskey shots down me like.
if
this
you
is-
want him to stop talking or drinking or whatever, you need to start talking about the Golden State Warriors and what you think about them.
I just wanted to drink so I can pour the next
it's
drink.
hard to find. Dave said it's hard to find.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I
Why,
bought the.
why do you want to talk
1792.
about Golden State? Steph Curry's out and looking like a possible multi-game deal. Or we were talking possibly 3 to 4 games at this point.
That's fine, but they're playing Minnesota, who hasn't won shit ever.
Yeah, Minnesota's done for. That one's done with.
Minnesota did not play their game yesterday, which is disturbing because they played their game the entire way.
Did you see the team they were playing against? I mean, it was without Steph Curry, but I'm just saying, like, the Warriors themselves got off to a hot start. They're playing like their normal selves.
Draymond had his best game yet of the freaking playoffs.
He did. He was hitting all the threes.
Calm
He
down.
was doing
Calm
his thing.
down. I still got some in there. Calm down. Holy cow, Dave.
Dang, are you
Get
gonna
your
be?
son.
Are you gonna be this slow when
Dave,
we're in Vegas?
Get your son.
Heck no, man. You got to start drinking, man. We aren't
We're
just.
not in Vegas, are we?
Well, I'm only giving you literally a pinky worth
Yes,
of
but it's
whiskey.
also whiskey. Like we got 6 more to go, man.
All right. I guess we'll do a 2-hour show. That's fine. At least we start. Hey, we started at 7:30 today.
We did start
So
early.
maybe I should calm down. Maybe you're right.
You're over here rushing like it's 10 o'clock.
You're right. I'm not going home tonight. So
So is the reason why you don't want to talk about Golden State is because you think it's over? You think it's like you don't think they can play without Chef Curry for a couple of games
No,
or
they
what?
got Jimmy B. They have playoff Jimmy.
So, but you picked him to lose, right? You think Golden State's going to lose?
I never said they were going to lose. I said it won't be as easy.
So who do you have winning the series?
I think I still got Golden State. As long
Of
as
course you do. Of course you
As
do.
long as playoff Jimmy's around.
So actually, you're on against me as well. I got Golden State winning the series as well. So you got Minnesota to take care of this?
Hell no. Hell no, I'm not.
Well,
going
then
with that.
what's the difference here? I mean, you think the Celtics come back in this current series, but you also have Golden State.
I think that Chef Curry can play on a bum hamstring and still beat these guys.
He's only going to miss 2 or 3 games at the most.
Yeah, I think he can win. I mean, they've already won a single game on the road. And so if it's 1-1 going back to Golden State, that like they can lose a game at home. Like I just don't feel like Golden State's going to lose any games at home without Steph Curry. I think they could
think
just
they
put
will.
him on the shelf. I just think that there's like nobody respects Minnesota. Like nobody's afraid of them. I'm afraid of their defense.
But that's
But,
all
like,
the
if
more
you-
reason of why Minnesota should compete here because nobody respects them.
But you have to hit
And you
shots
got
though.
Ant-Man.
You got to hit shots.
Honestly, to me, I don't think you need to hit the 3-pointers. I think you need to do what you did against the Lakers, and that's dominate down low.
Yeah.
Draymond had his best game the entire playoff series. He doesn't perform like that game after game.
I will say Minnesota tried to play like they're the Warriors all of a sudden, but they're not the Warriors. So why were you
They were
jacking
trying
up
to- yeah.
threes?
No.
And you're missing everything. Couldn't
That's
make
not how-
anything.
You got to go with Randall and Gobert down low and take care of business. Like that's the only way to do this thing.
Yeah, I think they got out of their own style in that game. Because, I mean, that's not a team that just goes out there and throws up all those threes that they tried. And they were, at halftime or whatever, they're only hitting 6% of their threes.
Yes,
It was ugly. It was horrible. Like, what are you doing?
they just got to come back in terms, play their right game, and because they can dominate down low against Golden State.
I just think, Jimmy Butler has been leading his own team for like years now. When he was on the Miami Heat, he did everything by himself. And now he didn't have to do that with Steph Curry, and now he's back to doing the thing that he's always done. And
He did just fine yesterday.
when you talk about playoff Himmy, nothing is impossible.
Correct.
Like if all he's got to do is carry this freaking team for what, 3 games, which is going to last like a freaking week and a half. Like playoff Himmy can do anything.
you get
man.
Steph back for Game 6, call it good.
Yeah.
I
Of course, I'm worried about playoff Himmy's hip because he had a hip issue
he's fine
in the last
dude.
series.
He's
but
fine.
I mean, just like you got to go with Golden State. Golden State's going to win this freaking series. So
All right, so Knicks are up 2-0 in the series.
Right.
2-0.
which is
Yeah.
wild.
That's crazy.
That's freaking wild. And everybody's going to be running to the sports books.
Which, by the
Just
way,
sprinting to the sports
both of those
books.
losses, though, in Boston. So, I mean, that's something that's
Oh, yeah.
taken into consideration.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's going to run to the sports books and say, oh, it's over.
Let me
It's
say
over.
right now, I have a feeling that the odds have changed in Denver's favor for winning the championship this year at this point, based on the current standings.
Tatum's a bum.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think Denver might be your favorite at the moment.
Absolutely. But I think they should have been the favorite no matter what. If the matchup is Denver Celtics, I personally think that the Denver Nuggets should be the favorite in that series. But
You want to
with
say
what
Broncos, didn't
with
you?
what we're seeing right now, I'm telling you guys, just go all in. Go all in on the Celtics right now.
So after the first loss,
Tremendous
Boston
value.
was still minus 340 to win the series.
Not anymore.
Do you know what they're at?
I
now?
bet. I'm telling you right now, Denver's probably the favorite to win the whole thing.
I'm gonna look while we're.
That's my opinion, though. But we'll see what you guys come up with. Next one. What's that? Well, we'll talk about that in a while.
My brother.
All right, guys. I just want to tell you. Now I got you guys quieted again. We can move on to our next whiskey. This is Tanner called the Blackland. I've never heard of this before. I have no idea what this is all about or anything about it or
And on
whatever.
serious markets.
Um,
It's now.
it's pretty white.
So now it's plus 115 for the Celtics. It went from minus 345 to plus 115.
Are they still the favorite though?
No,
Well, no, they shouldn't be.
plus 115. Knicks are minus 135.
Well, I'm talking about for the win the whole thing. Win
Yeah,
the
the
finals.
series.
Not the series, Tanner. I'm talking about winning the finals.
You want to know the whole thing? I don't fucking.
I want to know who's the favorite to win the finals because going into this was the Celtics all along.
Thunder's at favorite plus
Really?
160. Celtics at plus 370, and then everybody else is 1,000 plus.
Right
Denver?
now. Is that right now?
Denver's plus 1,600.
Holy,
Golden
Oh my
State's plus 2,500.
that's insane. Actually,
I
can't
think a
believe that.
lot of that has to do with the fact that we've seen the injury history of Jamal Murray. Like, it's not recent history, but just back in the day, they think one of those guys is going to be an injured bum. But it's just like Denver.
I'm ready to go. All
Denver can walk away with this thing. They can walk away with this thing, but I'm telling you right now, like, the Celtics being down 0-2 is like nothing.
Black.
Like, they're not, because do you realize how easy it would be for the Celtics to win some games on the road? It's just too easy. It's too easy. And they're the defending champion, and they need to wake up. And this is probably the wake-up call for them right now.
All right, so Blackland. I don't know yet if this is a bourbon or a rye. The pictures are on the screen. This seems to be they do a lot of this distillery does a lot of different drinks like vodka, gin, rye, bourbons.
Ooh, I want to give a 10 so bad.
All
Before the end of the show, I want to give somebody a 10.
I can't.
Royals are up 2-0.
I can't give that one a 10. This isn't bad, but it's just missing a lot of the depth.
So
of
I
the
gave
others.
you the whole picture because I didn't know which exact one it was. So I gave you that.
Yeah, let's add it to the list. Yeah, I don't. This one, it's.
Is it a bourbon?
I don't know. I can't tell if it's bourbon. I think it's more rye to me,
Okay.
based on the flavoring. But
Bourbon.
Yeah, definitely not a
okay.
bourbon.
Oh, you said
Definitely
bourbon.
not a bourbon.
No,
really.
Dave said it's a bourbon.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do the black. Is it like a Texas pecan or what? What is this, Dave? Which one?
I do kind of like the aftertaste. There's an aftertaste to this whiskey that's pretty
It has there's a finish of fruit.
good. Yeah, the finish is nice. The front
Carries
part,
through real peach iced tea in a brown sugar.
I could kind of see that. I could kind of see the peach iced tea idea.
All right, let's.
I'm going down to a 5.
You went down. You just said 9 or 10 a minute ago, almost. You went down.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's a Texas distillery. Okay.
You want a little more?
So
I
is
don't, I
this,
don't like how it looks.
I'll give you another little bit of it. Do you want some?
No, I'm good. I don't know.
Yeah, this one.
I'll go 6. I'm gonna go 6.
Okay.
So
Because you guys talked about the lack of the bourbon flavor.
Right.
I'm just a bourbon guy by heart,
yeah,
and when you throw out a whiskey
straight bourbon
with no
Okay.
bourbon, like I
this-
can't.
So
I
it's straight
can't
bourbon.
buy
So
into
on the
it.
palate, the bourbon is light. The flavors of peach and nectarine combined with soft notes of vanilla, oak, and a touch of spearmint. Finish is fruitiness. Carries through on the finish with the notes of real peach iced tea, a hint of brown sugar, and enough oak tannins to balance the sweetness.
I mean, it's drinkable. I mean, it's to where it's good, but
ABV, we're sitting at. Oh,
pretty light.
that's why you don't like it. 41.5%.
that's too low for you, man. That's way
Oh
too
man,
low.
I knew. Somehow I knew there was something
That's what it
wrong
was.
with it.
Your
There was
lowest.
something wrong with it, dude. When you go down to 41, man, I can't get down with that. I can't get down with that bullshit.
A little too low.
There's
But-
I'll give it like
little
a.
left. I got.
So
a
the
little bit left. Let's
price,
see what
Dave, and correct me if I'm wrong here. The one I'm finding here is about $30. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 on this one.
I raised it. I took another sip of it. I'm going 6.
6.
6 out of 10.
I got 6.5 on this one for me.
I'll go to 6.
Yeah. I always think it's a okay whiskey on this one.
It's an OKC who is losing right now. 2-0.
they can't. Yeah, 2-0.
Bet it.
I'm kind of mad. I had the Celtics to win on a bet, and I got screwed again.
Oh my God! Come on, Florida. Come on, Florida. Let's go. I need a goal here.
All right, guys. So I brought up Denver a few seconds ago. You guys, what are your thoughts? I mean, you guys think it's legit? This is a real possibility of them taking care of this, beating OKC.
I think when you look at the big picture, it's like you see the fact that
Makes sense.
the Celtics are the reigning champions, and Denver won the year before that. And as a student of the NBA, my mind always goes back to the 1980s, where, and even if you want to talk about the 90s, it's like the Bulls. The Bulls always won in the 90s. In the 80s, it was like always the Lakers or the Celtics. And I'm getting that same feeling right now between the Denver Nuggets
Further.
and the Boston Celtics. It's just like you have these two teams that won the last 2 years, and I feel like they're just going to be going back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
And Jokic is, as much as I hate to admit it, and like the people that know me very well, they know I hate to fucking say this out loud. Jokic is the best player in the league. And
I say it all the time.
he's the best player in the league. And I hate saying it, but I have to because I have no other choice. SGA is my guy, and I want that for him. I want SGA to be the best player in the league, but he's not. And so right now it's just like a back and forth. You got the Celtics that won last year. Denver won the year before that. And that's just how it's going to be. One of those two teams is going to win the championship this year. And
I agree.
I hope that I'm wrong, but it's just, it's not going to happen, man. There's too much experience there. And as I'm watching this game right now, OKC already losing game 1 on their home floor.
Comeback.
You can do that, like if you're a team like the Celtics. If you lost your first game on your home floor, that's okay.
They were
it's not a
They
big
were up
deal.
by almost 20 at one point.
Not a big deal.
Almost.
But if you're OKC, who's never won anything with this current group of guys, that's a problem. And great group of guys. I love that core that they're building right now with Jalen Williams, SGA,
Yes.
Chet Holmgren. They're too young, man. They need some more experience. I think SGA is already 28 years old. He's so much older than the other players, and maybe they can get a ring. I hope they can get a ring in the next couple of years, but it's not going to happen right now. Denver is just too good.
The issue with Oklahoma City too, right? So let's say next year, right? You get back in the playoffs as a 1 seed. Well, not only you got to deal with Joker, you're probably going to deal with Luka. and that's going to be a thing, I think, at that point.
Well, who's his sidekick though? It's not
Don't-
going to be LeBron.
don't-
LeBron's like 50 years old.
Don't worry about that part yet. I'm just saying.
Well,
I
I
think
care
Luka's
about
gonna
it.
be a threat because I think Lakers are going to build it the right way around.
Is Luka over the hill? Do
No.
you think he's over
what
the
are
hill?
you talking about?
Because ever since he made it to the finals last year,
no more whiskey for him, dude.
no, am I
No,
wrong
he's got
on this?
4
You
more to
are
go
wrong.
after this.
Did he not make the finals last year?
No, we got 5 whiskeys
Or
to
was
go.
it 2 years ago.
It was
2 years
it was
ago.
last year.
So, is he not gone downhill
No.
since then? Has he not started drinking too many beers like the JG on this show?
No.
Because I drink a little bit on this show, not too much.
You used to, but not as much anymore.
But I cut back. But I feel like Luka is a guy that probably should cut back because you have to carry that entire franchise. Like, seriously. Like, LeBron James is like 50 years old. Do you really think that LeBron, although I know that LeBron is Luka's idol, and that's fine, like, do you really think that LeBron's going to be around another 3 or 4
Right, but
years?
you're acting like Luka didn't carry his previous franchise. You know, he's done it before, obviously, and was great at it.
He would
I
have,
mean,
too.
so that's what they were doing with him to begin with.
He would have done better with Kyrie if he would have stayed there than with LeBron.
No, he wouldn't have.
He's not going to do anything.
Kyrie
with
tore his
LeBron.
ACL
Oh,
or Achilles or whatever the hell it was.
well, you still got AD.
So he would not have
still got
because
Anthony.
he was already
Da-
out.
No, that's BS. He's still got AD. He's got AD over there.
What are you talking about? 80?
It's the same. I mean,
What are you
okay, if you want to make the case,
What are you saying? Tell me more.
if you want to make the case that it's the same exact thing, that they're even, if you put Luka with LeBron or Luka with AD, okay,
but
that's
AD
fine.
AD wouldn't have gone that direction without the Luka trade.
whatever.
So you
I mean,
together.
they both suck. Is
No
what
more
I'm
whiskey.
trying to tell you.
No,
They
he's
both-
got
they
5
both-
freaking more to
They
do.
both suck, dude.
Guys, let's move to the next whiskey real quick.
No,
No, we gotta
I
go
don't
to the
wanna
next
do this
whiskey.
shit.
No, this is what I've never heard of as well, Tanner. I've never heard of this brand called David Nicholson Reserve.
I saw this bottle.
That's the one on our next one on our list. The scent doesn't have
No
a whole
scent.
lot on the nose to me. So,
All right,
We're gonna be talking
There's
a
more
lot.
to it, right? David Nicholson.
David Nicholson Reserve is all I see on
Yeah,
this
yeah, that's what
paper
it is.
we got.
We are going to have some conversations next week about scent when we
Scent?
go to the bars and we're
All right.
spraying cologne.
Oh yeah, well
We
I got
to talk about.
I got a bunch of
colognes that we
cologne I
want.
ordered, so you can have some if you want.
Everybody loves
You
to wear
offered me
nice
your old
colognes.
cologne. I don't
So-
want your old cologne.
All right. Let's focus in, guys. David Nicholson Reserve Bourbon is generally considered a balanced and enjoyable bourbon, known for its smooth mouthfeel and good balance of sweet and spicy notes.
I want to give it 10.
So-
Please let me give somebody a
All
10.
right. So in the nose, as we look at here, the nose of
Holy hell! What?
is often described as a light and sweet with a prominent
Oh,
vanilla and honey notes, alongside a touch of a classic bourbon oak. Some reviewers pick up subtle fruitiness, especially a sour, powdery fruit.
All right.
Glad the camera.
Damn,
The camera did not see my reaction. To that sip.
give me the damn ABV. What's the
My
damn
head-
ABV?
my head would
Just
shake.
Throw it out there.
The
I'm not saying I hate it, but that was. I gotta drink it again.
sorry, let me move it up here.
I feel like it's a 55-ish.
Ooh.
All right,
I feel like it's
so,
55.
No, that's not the one.
So
You think it's
the
55, Mike?
taste is a light mouthfeel and a good balance of sweetness and nuttiness. Some reviewers are now note a
I don't
Praline
get
or nut
nuttiness
biscuits?
at all. I don't feel the nuttiness
I get
at all.
chills.
Let's
the
say
Just
ABV.
reserve
chills from
bourbon.
now.
Yeah, finish is a medium length with gradual transition from sweetness to light.
Would you just
spice
give me
to
the
oak.
damn ABV and stop talking about all that shit?
It's not overly complex. Good
Well,
balance.
we got a few more really good ones I know we have on this list.
Oh wait, that's definitely not what
So
you want.
this one's pretty rough for me. This one's my lowest rated. I'd say.
50%, 100 proof.
This one gets to 5. Okay. This one gets to 5 for me.
Kentucky Straight.
All right.
It's Dave said it's cocktail juice, boys.
I'll go 6. I'll give it a 6.5. Actually, it's fine. I have no issue with
You
it.
like it? Oh, I don't. I'm not a fan.
Well, if I
Let's
give
do it.
somebody a
Good old
6.5, If I give somebody a 6.5, that does not equal. Oh yeah, I like them. I like them.
Well, I'm giving it my lowest rating of the day, which is a 5. So we got a lot to live up to with that Amberana, and then the Eagle Rare was good, and that barrel proof Larceny was pretty dang good too. So
6.5, dude.
the good news is, guys, I just know there's a few left on this list that they are going to be really interesting. So I think this might be the worst one remaining that we've just tried. So let's see. Oh boy! Remind me that Nicholson is not going to be the
55 or 50 to 55.
not going to be that's so much a bottle.
Wait,
cost?
no, reserve straight. This has $30 here.
Well, I would not pay 30.
I don't know what the difference is here.
I'd pay 15, and then I would share it at gatherings and act like I gave someone a really nice
Dave
bottle.
just said it's cocktail juice. That's all.
Yeah, that's one I'm gonna have to avoid going forward. So, oh boy, next one, guys. If you guys are ready for a really interesting one, so I know this is supposed to be maybe saved to the end, but I'd rather just do it now before we get to the really good ones to remain. I think. This is the Infinity bottle, which is probably whatever that means. I don't know, but it's probably going to make Dad laugh.
Infinity.
So this is what he says is a mix of a bunch, and then it says and it says I thought it said a mix of a bunch 101. No, he said LOL is what he wrote on the paper.
it's a troll. It's a troll one.
It's a mix of a bunch LOL.
So it's not even Infinity Blend, Dave.
You're
telling me that it's
a quick trip suicide. Where you go in there and you just...
You said y'all are generous.
No, I need to go to Quick Trip before they take all their square wraps
get a square wrap
off the shelf.
tonight. You're going to love it. Dude, if you go to Quick Trip tonight, you're going to love that square wrap.
What time did they take it all
I only
off?
got 30 minutes left, man, before they take all that bullshit off. Probably 20 minutes.
All right, boys. This one's going to be real interesting. So this one's a random... If it's weird, you don't got to drink all that. A little overpour on accident there for you.
I'm a little scared on this one.
As we all should be. I mean,
it doesn't say Infinity
this guy
Blend,
likes
right?
to fart in elevators. So, I mean, you never know what he's going to come up with. So.
What's the ABV, you piece of shit? Come on, just throw it out.
It's Infinity?
Give me the ABV.
Well, there's not
That's
a
all I
bottle.
care about.
It's not a bottle. It's just I think he's calling it an Infinity, a mix of a bunch.
Every bottle I had, but I poured 2 ounces into an Infinity bottle. Okay.
All right.
You have
So we don't have a
people.
picture.
You have people in the world that do not care about what things taste like. They only care about the
ABV.
That's all they care about.
Well, he poured every bottle with 2
So
ounce
can I
pours.
get to 70? Can you get me to 70 at least?
What do you think, Dave? Dave, guesstimate.
Because if you get me to
It's gotta
70,
be
I'll
in-
probably get you a 10 out of 10. But you have to get lucky, though.
I bet this is closer to like 52, if I had to guess.
Okay. All right.
Just going to throw that number out there as a guess. All right. We're trying?
It ain't awful. Oh, that finish, though. Hello.
So it starts off like with nothing.
That finish afterwards.
Did you get a little finish? What was your finish?
A little kick.
A little kick, huh? I don't know. What do you taste? I don't really taste anything.
Is it pecans? He's got some fucking pecans.
I don't know. I don't.
Dave says 115.
Which, like half the time I don't like pecans, but at the end of the day I do like pecans.
I think that's more scary that you don't. Yeah, you had that kick that
The
time.
second time.
Is that Scary Terry Rozier?
Why
Scary
is
Terry
it-
Rozier.
The second drink tasted totally different from the first.
I don't know. It did.
Kind of disturbing, actually.
That's a troll bottle.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, definitely not. I can't give it a 10. There's not. I've got to have bourbon. I've got to have an immense amount of bourbon if I'm going to give something a 10. So I'm going to go 7 on this, boys. Boys, I'm going to go a 7 on this.
I think I got one more sip on this one.
Which is good.
I got to give this one like a 6.
You give him a 7. I mean,
you're going 7. I'm giving it a 6.
I'll give it a 7. Yeah, I like
the good news is I know there's a couple more on here that are going to be really unique, really good quality bourbons that are not fooled with.
Well, what do you got? Like 10 more? We have to drink 10 more?
Three more.
My goodness, we're gonna have to come up with a different NBA topic if I'm gonna sit here that long. My goodness.
I'm out.
All right, that one's.
I'm out, Dave.
I didn't have anything left anyway.
I'm gonna go put you back with the 5. I won't give you a less than that, but yeah.
Oh boy, that one might cause cancer. I don't know.
Or cure it.
I don't think it's gonna cure anything for me.
The gingerbread man is the winner, big winner so far.
Yeah, gingerbread, and then the that Eagle Rare with the orange peel. Both of those were terrific. So,
Gotta watch this.
all right. So these next three, I just know are going to be really interesting. Oh boy.
All right. Real quick here.
You guys can talk while I pour this one. I know this one's a good one. So,
All right. You can pour. Go ahead. We'll do this one.
you mean to
Then
talk about
and
it?
Then we'll talk.
So this is the Penelope 9-year private select 4 grain. Is what I think you wrote on there.
Private select.
So, all right. So I know this one's going to be good quality. I've never had this before, obviously, but as far as everything I've heard about this one, it's supposed to be good stuff.
All right. Let me get a picture up there for you guys here.
What's
the
that bottle?
Penelope.
Looking real. See, that's the glass I left at home, Tanner. I
Yeah,
had
you
2 of
freaking-
those, and I just forgot about them. But
Starsky says, I need to get a sample of all these sent to Wichita. We'll give you that last one for sure, man.
yeah,
Bring it down myself. So the Penelope 9-year private select 4 grain bourbon is generally well regarded, offering a bright and inviting aroma with notes of cherry, vanilla, and caramel. According to reviews from sources like Whiskey Consensus and Drink Hackers, the palate is described as lively with flavors of cherry, ooh, toasted caramel, ooh, and tangerine, ooh.
there we go.
With some reviewers find it slight drying. The finish is generally considered satisfying.
Okay.
With notes of bacon spice,
You
fudge,
said bacon spice?
Bacon,
bacon
fudge.
spice.
Tanner's thinking about bacon.
No, it says
Bacon.
baking
He's
spice.
thinking
No,
about.
we thought you said bacon spice.
Bacon spice.
He's also thinking about
baking
the fudge
spice,
packers.
fudge,
When he said
He
fudge,
likes
and
that
caramel.
fudge.
he loves the fudge packers.
So
He does like that fudge.
it's around $65 for that. But yeah, it's let's see what the ABV is. It sounds like a good one. This is a 101.2 proof, so you about a 50.6
All right,
ABV.
there we go.
So, and this is a bourbon?
This is a bourbon.
Okay. Something on the back end that I don't know that I care for. I like the front part is pretty good. Got some good taste on there, but what do you think? What do you
Wait.
what do you
Wait
what do
a
you
minute.
think of this?
I thought it was gonna be a harsher finish there.
No,
But
it's
it
pretty smooth.
finished with
It's
a-
smooth.
Smooth with a nice flavor, the tangerine flavor. I taste it.
Tangerine.
I'm gonna try to see if I get the fudge.
Yeah, I'm not getting any fudge. He would look for that fudge, wouldn't he?
I got a 5 on that,
A 5? Not a fan?
and
Well, it's definitely not lower than the last one for me.
I do like. To be fair, I do like some of these gay drinks that we drink from time to time.
There it is. I got some of the fudge.
I do like
hold it in your
fudge.
mouth a little longer, Mike.
I like fudge, and I like some of these gay drinks, but that's not doing it for me.
That was actually really good. I'm okay with this one.
Yeah, this one's fine.
I'd probably give it a 7.
Go 7.5 for me on this one.
I thought about a half.
I think it's good. Like it's not one I would necessarily seek out to buy again or whatever, like. But
We'll make
I like it. But I almost feel like I said this is our 10th.
Yeah.
This is our 10th whiskey now, so I almost wonder. You can only cleanse so much palate at a time with a little bit of water. I'm almost curious how it would taste on a fresh without drinking anything else.
Starsky says, I sent the house. Yeah, you did, man. Starsky says, I need to get a sample of all these sent to Wichita. Starsky, maybe one day we do a show down in Wichita, and you give us some drinks to sample. So you get us a selection. One day.
Well, we did a show in Tulsa one time, didn't we?
Yellow Tooth Bombs.
Well, that wasn't in Tulsa. What are you guys
That
talking?
wasn't Tulsa.
You were in Tulsa when that happened?
Yes.
I wasn't there.
Yes, you were.
No.
You were in the room.
The day you got it might have been the room, but I wasn't on the camera. Then.
Oh, no, you weren't on the camera. It was Jason. What are you doing?
So
That one guy kept finding our.
what the hell are you talking about, man? That doesn't make any sense. So, Tanner, as we see the Oklahoma City Thunder being ahead 27-11 right now, and Chet Holmgren getting his confidence back. We'll talk about that series later. But what do you think about the Wolves? Is this a must-win for the Wolves?
Oh,
going
yeah.
up against,
Oh, yeah. These
'Cause
next 2 games are must-wins.
Can you see a scenario where they go down 0-2 to the Warriors without Steph Curry
I can.
and actually come back and win the series?
I can.
Okay, tell me about that, because I think you're stupid.
Well,
That's impossible.
No, timeout.
That's stupid.
Let's say they go down 0-2 without Steph, right? Okay. And you get Steph back, let's say game 4, right? So you can go 1-2 there, right? And then you get Steph back. Well, now the offense and the whole team is now rearranging the way they play, which actually makes them smaller instead of bigger. Now you have the more dominant range down low that you should be getting already. I legit think Minnesota stands a chance to do this.
You think Minnesota would stand a chance if they go down 0-2 at
The
home?
adjustment needs to be made, but I think they make them.
No, I'm not buying it, man. No, Jimmy Butler is just too big.
All right, where are we at? 10? All right.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to talk to me about the NBA, but like
No.
Jimmy Butler is just too big.
Look, I think Jimmy can carry it for so long, but if you bring Steph back in the conversation midway through the series, I think it honestly does, it will hurt Golden State for at least a couple games.
So who do you pick to win the series?
Golden State.
Of course you do.
Why would I not? Why would you not pick Golden State?
It's over.
I'm still drinking mine, so, and Jason is too.
Oh, that's okay.
So, anything else for the NBA? Because right now, I mean, quite frankly, the East is unknown with the Pacers up 2-0. The Knicks now up 2-0. We don't know what will happen with Denver and Oklahoma, but you won't know till when that clock hits 0.
Yeah, right now,
At the end.
OKC is up by 20 points. It does not mean anything in this game. I
Yeah,
saw this happen
I mean-
2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, guys. I watched that entire game, and Denver was down the entire time until the
That's
very
right.
end. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
This
yeah.
game is very difficult to watch for me because
That's
as
right, Hunter.
bad as
Penn
I
State
want to
legend,
see
Jalen
OKC win the series, this game means nothing. Like you have to make a statement. So right now we're looking at 34-13. Means nothing.
That's easy.
It means nothing. Like because you did not defend your home court. You beat Denver 1 out of 2 games. Chet Holmgren is a choke artist at this point in his career. He can correct that hopefully a little bit later, but it's just this game. To me, this game doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's also not
Like
over, just so you remember that.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's still the first quarter.
But you have to steal. If you're OKC, you have to steal in the altitude. As an NBA analyst, I do not respect OKC right now. OKC is my favorite team in this tournament right now. But as an analyst, I hate them. They suck. They haven't proven anything to me right
Correct.
now.
He is.
And, you got to take 1 out of 2 in the altitude, or I don't care.
Hunter,
So-
Jalen Pickett is on Denver, and he is a Penn State legend, but so is Christian Brown, and he's also a KU legend.
Brown.
So we got
You ready
we're on the
over
same
there?
side.
You got 2 more.
Oh,
We're still.
I'm still drinking here. So let's switch it up here, right? Let's talk some NFL. George Pickens traded today to the Dallas Cowboys. Kind of out of nowhere, like I thought it was be more of a DK George Pickens connection there in Pittsburgh. Instead, Pittsburgh went out and got the 3rd round pick for next year, 5th round
I
pick.
don't think
the year
Pickens
after.
and DK would have even gotten along, honestly.
I
honestly
think they would have.
I don't think they would have at all. Pickens is too much of an idiot, and DK also has his own ego as well, and it was not going to clash.
Can you define that word idiot? Like why would you use a term like that?
Well,
And why do you
if you've
think he
seen
is
him
an idiot?
on the field already, the kind of stupid crap he does, the penalties he commits,
The drops.
the sure he has drops, but I mean he's an idiot in a way of
Bad drops.
of being toxic to his teammates.
So you think he's out of control, basically?
Yeah, I mean he does not have any composure about himself whatsoever.
Okay.
And as a teammate, he's not always there. He also gives up on plays, gives up on his own teammates. I've seen him do that. I mean, he's just a total clown. He's a very talented clown, but he's a clown.
So he will fit in well. He fits in well with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, but CeeDee Lamb takes his job at least seriously, where Pickens does not. CeeDee Lamb's not going to appreciate the kind of crap that Pickens is going to walk over there with. Just for the record. Just throwing that out there for you guys. That's also not going to go over very well either.
So it'd be like throwing Terrell Owens in with Michael Irvin.
Ooh,
It's
that's
going to be
probably
toxic.
Sure.
It's going to be a toxic environment.
Yeah. That's just something like that, essentially.
Hunter, Penn State legend Hunter, he says he's not even mad about it as a Steelers fan because we're going to draft Drew Aller and win Super Bowls. So, like, Penn State legend is going to want a Penn State legend quarterback.
Have fun with that.
And go after it.
So I find it.
Hold on, Tanner. I don't think you realized that was one that I poured actually and already put down.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I don't think you realized it.
No. Did you pour inside my cup already?
Well, it was like down to nothing. Like
It was still some left.
there might have been
All right,
some moisture in there.
It was Mike left, but it was left.
It was more. It was less than what I leave.
All right,
most of my
what'd
drinks.
you pour?
Okay, the one I just poured is the 1792 foolproof. Is what this one is.
Ooh, that's the one I wanted to try.
So you already tried it.
It was good.
You already had a sip of it. You didn't even realize it. We're at that stage of the night now where
Well, I didn't know you poured. I was still drinking the other one.
I can roofie your drink without you even realizing it. So we got this one here. So compared to the other 1792, we all liked that one, the sweet wheat. Remember that one, guys? We liked the sweet wheat. I thought it was pretty good. This one, I'm not sure.
All right, hang on. Proof ABV for Jason.
Okay, this is more at my alley.
62.5. It's 125 proof.
Doggies.
125.
Not a sissy drink. It's not a sissy drink.
Right away. This is more at my alley of my style of bourbon.
Okay.
Right away. You get that sweetness on there, but like, man, this is the kind of bourbons that I like. And maybe I just like high alcohol. I don't know, but
let's right quick. Let's go back to George Pickens because you were a guy that thought that the Chiefs should draft him
over Sky Moore.
Over Sky Moore, hell yeah. Still stick to that.
So what do we think about Pickens now? Is he just a fried turd, what's going on with him?
No. Pickens still can play football if he has the right brain. I mean, the guy, talented-wise, he actually has. I know Tanner said drops. Pickens actually has great hands, phenomenal hands. He runs good routes. He's fast. I mean, he's elusive after the catch. He's a contested catch kind of a guy.
So now that you're on the Dallas Cowboys, you would say that he's in football purgatory because that's where players go to die, possibly.
I'm not going to necessarily say that. I just think that he's a guy that he better have the right coach around him because if Mike Tomlin can't get him to figure it out, then I don't know if Mike McCarthy can.
Very difficult.
It's not Mike McCarthy.
Or whoever else is
it's
there.
Callahan.
Callahan. Whoever's there now.
Isn't it
Tanner.
Callahan? Not Callahan.
It's the off season, man. Shoot.
I know you're not in football mode yet.
But you know, it's one of those things where I think that you know if you can't get your head on straight in Pittsburgh when you're
Brian
like
Schottenheimer, that's who it is.
The main weapon out there, you can't get targets because you're being stupid. Well, when you go to Dallas, you're not going to be the primary target. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's going to be getting most of the targets. Pickens is going to be the WR2 if you can get on the field and earn your spot. Because, I mean, if he wants to be a clown still like he has been, then they're not going to put him out there. So it's frustrating because he's a great player on the field. He just has a 10-cent brain.
I just feel like when you get to the Cowboys, you need to change. Like something has to change, or it's going to be an implosion.
Is this a better move for Pickens for maybe a fantasy value? Do you think?
No.
I mean, you're going to a more high
really.
stabled offense.
I mean, did he not just have 1,000 yards 2 years ago?
Sure,
close to it anyway.
But you're also now going from a run first offense.
Who's your quarterback?
Well,
Dak.
Your quarterback is not a guy that you can depend on.
Dak's a tremendous impressive improvement.
Dak's probably going to throw the ball 700 times this year.
Yes.
Like they're going to throw the ball nonstop, so at least there's that.
The Cowboys are going to be the same offense they were 2 years ago.
And Dak is also going to probably get injured in week 6 or week 9.
Sure. I mean,
nobody
gets injured a lot.
In terms of fantasy, nobody gives a shit about Dak.
I don't, but here's what I will say is that I don't know if necessarily if Pittsburgh losing Pickens helps them. DK Metcalf's going to be great.
They got a third next year and a fifth the following year, so they got.
I mean, for this coming year though, what are they going to work with?
I honestly, I don't think they're trying to do much. And Aaron Rodgers isn't going to sign anything until after the June 9th, is it? June 10th? Deadline?
Aaron Rodgers is going to sign whenever he feels like it eventually.
Well, no. There's what's the deadline?
The June cuts. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I always thought it was June 1st, but
I think it's like June 10th or something.
Yeah, it might be different.
So we got to wait till then. Is what I've been hearing around that side.
So what did the Steelers get out of that deal?
3rd round pick next year and a 5th round pick 27.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sure.
Fair.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
I wish I could say someone won or lost this trade, but at the end of the day, I think that it just was kind of necessary at some point.
George Pickens, I think, lost.
Maybe
his potential future, because Tomlin would have stayed correct in it. So, but I don't know.
He's going to get out of hand in Dallas,
Brian Schottenheimer,
especially if they're losing.
I don't know. Unless Brian Schottenheimer has a backbone in his body, like it should be interesting there to work with CD.
He's definitely not Marty.
All right, what are we doing right now?
All right. It's the 17.
Yeah, we're on the 1792 foolproof is what it is. What are you laughing about, Tanner?
We just talked about this.
Oh, I know we did.
But we had to go back.
But we're at that stage of the podcast.
Okay, it's known for its high ABV, a bold flavor profile, and a unique flavor processing. It boasts a rich and complex taste with notes of caramel, vanilla, spice, and oak. So it's 62.5% ABV, 125 proof.
You got to drink this a certain way. My first 2 sips of this was fine and it tasted good. The 3rd sip hit my front and my tongue.
Yeah. So it has a good balance of sweet and spicy notes. Includes caramel, vanilla, cinnamon, spice, and oak. Also hints of fruit like dried cherries and raisins. Even a touch of chocolate.
Earlier you mentioned the alcoholic. You mentioned the alcoholic taste of the whiskey coming through too strongly. This one does it to me.
That's not just the alcohol.
So
that's everything.
This one is filtering at its filtering. It is bottled at its original barrel entry proof, meaning it doesn't go through chill filtration. It means it's more robust and flavorful whiskey. So it's thick and Cody mouth.
Is that the last one?
We got one more.
Please tell me that's the last one.
One more. We got one more. One more. We can do it, guys. 12 whiskeys, man.
That's good.
We're almost so Tanner likes it.
Oh yeah,
so Tanner likes it,
man.
Tanner likes it. That's funny.
The guy that likes to go contrarian in life. This is a guy right here. Go contrarian every freaking time, dude.
Tanner liked that one. That's crazy.
I can't get it to a 6.
I'm not saying I don't like it, but the alcoholic nature of this drink to me.
It's not the alcohol.
I'll go 7. I'll go 7.5.
It's not the alcohol to me. It's overbearing.
No, I love the
notes.
flavorful. Well, that's because that's where the filtering part comes into play for it. So, but George Pickens is interesting, guys. As Mike gets ready to pour his final drink here.
Final one. My God.
I do want to ask you, Jason and Mike, what's your thought process here on the Colorado fans suing the NFL? They're suing the NFL for, I believe, 100.
I thought it was just like one guy that got butthurt.
It is. It's a Colorado fan who actually has processed the documents to sue the NFL for $100 million, I think it was, for his feelings towards Shadir Sanders being drafted in the 5th round.
He's part Chauncey Billups. It's Chauncey Billups.
He's part of the pussification of the world. That's what he is.
Is that what it is?
He wants to make it about himself, essentially.
Chauncey Billups is the best thing Colorado ever had.
All right. So fans seeking $100 million in damages due to Shadir Sanders' fall. I'm trying to find where it was talking about here. The plaintiff, referred to as John Doe, alleges in the complaint that NFL actions and the dissemination of slandering statements have caused severe emotional distress and trauma. Is a Georgia resident and a dedicated Florida football who attended Colorado versus TC football games in 2023. The Buffalo won.
So, the only reason this is news is because of his actual suing towards the NFL.
He's actually doing
Otherwise, like it's first of all, it's a total waste of time, and nothing's gonna come of it. But he's a total clown. Like I've been saying clown a lot, but that's it. Where's he going?
Don't throw up, dude.
What's he doing? He's going to the bathroom right now. We're at the end of the show.
He's got to pee, man.
Well, it has been like almost a 2-hour show now. I knew this was gonna happen.
Hey, we got 12 whiskeys.
That's true. I thought we could put down one whiskey every 5 minutes.
High ethanol note. Yeah, that last one, Dave. Hunter said, my friend texted me when I first got here and said, Tan the man is life with his friends. Hey, I appreciate you, Hunter. That's why I call you a Penn State legend, you and your friends. Penn State fans would never do such a thing. They would never sue $100 million.
So does Hunter want Rodgers to be his quarterback, or is he good with that?
Oh, that's a good question, Hunter. Do you want Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback?
Because I know he brought up the Penn State quarterback, but I don't think that's the direction you want to go, honestly.
All right, we got the question out there. Hunter's, I think, still on, so we'll ask. We'll see what he says.
We got one whiskey left, man. Oh,
So-
boy, this feels like a marathon.
So, this whole thing shouldn't be news, but it is. And it's
It's
all.
only news because he actually went through with processing it.
Is Mel Kiper from Georgia? Do we know?
He might be.
Yeah,
He
I'll
went through
look
some
it up.
distress during that situation with
he-
Shedder Sanders. He that's why I keep saying he missed a day 2. Guys, I watched all of day 1 and all of day 2. Day 2, he was gone. It was Field Yates, I think, up there.
He said
yapping.
absolutely not. I do not want Rodgers. Oh no, he's a Maryland guy.
Who is?
Mel Kiper Jr.
Oh. So he wants Drew Aller to be his quarterback, huh?
Penn State legend.
I know. I've heard that, but
Quite frankly, Hunter would rather have Saquon Barkley, Micah Parsons, and Drew Eller all on the Steelers because they're all Penn State legends.
might have better luck with Landry Jones.
He said he'll be fine with Rudolph, to be honest. So
Yeah, Rudolph is at least more serviceable than I think what Drew Aller would offer anyway. That's my opinion, though.
but he's not a Penn State legend.
You know what that OU legend Landry Jones?
Landry Jones. Yes.
My least favorite backup quarterback of all time.
Sounds like a steakhouse. Is there a steakhouse? It's called
He
Landry
might
Jones.
have tried to start one since he was
Tom
so terrible.
Landry Jones.
Abdul Carter and Tyler Warren too. Yeah, that's right, man. That's right.
All right, man. Are we ready to take
All
down
right.
this last one?
Final
Take
one.
it down. Take it
Oh,
down.
dang.
Bitch.
Good Lord. So this is last one. Tanner,
Take it
is
down. Bitch.
the Wyoming Whiskey National Parks number 2.
Could be the 10.
It's gonna make you
I
go
could give
number.
it a
It's
10
it's
ball.
gonna make. He's gonna make you go
I give
number
it
2.
10
So,
ball,
so
dude.
I got a picture of the bottle here.
Oh, shit.
It
It smells pretty good.
It's a
Let me smell
52.5% alcohol, 105 proof.
Oh, look at that bottle. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. They're actually, it's like number 4. There's a bunch of different ones there. It's 5 years batch.
Pour me some more of that gingerbread,
You want
man,
some more?
dude. Oh, I want that gingerbread,
You want some more
man.
gingerbread?
Oh,
I'll
fuck
give you a
yeah.
little more. You want some more of that? What number was that?
Because if we're grading on a curve,
2.
if we could do the whole show and
No.
grade on a curve, then we get the
The
gingerbread
Second one you
man.
did was
Tanner,
2.
I didn't go in order of that.
I know, that's your fault. I'm just telling you what order we did it.
No, I'm telling you what order I need. I need to know what number's on the bottle, Tanner, before I pick it up.
Jesus, larceny, dude.
No, I'm not. No, larceny was not the gingerbread man. It was the damn Amberana. Look, let me get it real quick.
Let's just go to Vegas and get it over with.
All right,
you
what
know,
was this one called? Wyoming.
Yeah, it's Wyoming Whiskey National Parks number 2.
There it is. Review.
I don't know what number 2 means.
All right, so number 2 is a limited edition bourbon that celebrates the 150th anniversary of Yellowstone National Park. It is bottled at 105 proof and features notes of burnt caramel, vanilla, and earthy flavors. Some reviewers also note caramel and apple on the nose, followed by fall of spices like cinnamon and clove. So when your palate tastes it, it's supposed to be packed with flavors, spices, honey, and milk chocolate. Oh. And then your finish is lingered with honey, chocolate, and hint of baking spices. Not bacon,
Not bacon spices.
baking
All right.
spices in that range. So, but burnt notes is kind of what I'm interested in here.
All right. Kind of like if you're burnt off your ball hairs. That's a note of itself.
I don't
Oh, it doesn't smell great.
take the flame.
Yeah, I never done that. Never got
No.
drunk enough to do that.
You're talking about like a
Tonight's
step,
the night, man.
You talk about Step Brothers, where he sings.
Have you ever lit your hair
If you
on-
want to get down on my hairy
Like,
balls,
Have you
is
ever
that
lit
what
your
you're
own
talking
hair on
about?
fire? Like, lit your own hair on fire.
We're drinking gingerbread stuff in May.
It doesn't
Yeah, that's
smell
correct,
great.
Hunter.
It doesn't smell great, but
Welcome to the sports.
Ah,
Buffet.
I'm hoping it's not burnt notes like burnt hair. So let's find out.
Oh yeah. I don't mind this one.
It's pretty good.
That's not bad, man.
That's not bad.
Pretty good.
That's an 8 for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm giving it.
That's
Yeah. I mean, it's smooth, but it's got some good flavor too. It's not super depthful, but I mean, it's there. There's something that's, I don't know about burnt, but
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. That's a good.
yeah,
one.
I mean, it's good. It's a good whiskey for sure.
You give it an 8. Tanner, you want to give it 8?
Yeah, I'll go with an 8.
Mike,
I can go with an 8 on that, yeah.
bullshit.
So I got a question for you guys in this range. So I saw this today, and then somebody else commented. These are a couple of insiders here too. There's potential talks apparently way inside college sports. Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado all might be joining the SEC here in the next 5 years.
We don't want them. No. We don't want them.
Who's we?
Yeah, who's we?
Hey, man.
Who's we?
You like to,
Are you back on Missouri because they're actually
Look,
good
I can
again?
Are you the
flip-flop.
president of that freaking
I
bullshit
flip-flop.
over there?
Well, I'm an SEC fan. I like all of the SEC. So for me,
Is that what you're saying?
SEC is my conference. So that's why I say we, because I just like all of the SEC schools.
You said KU and Colorado and who? What
In
was it?
Nebraska.
Oh, I want
No,
them.
I don't
I
think-
want
I don't
those
like
3
that.
teams back together. I don't care where it happens.
SEC.
I'm a Big 8 guy, so if you could make that happen, I don't care where it is.
The post was SEC. We leave the Big 12, go to the SEC.
I don't care. I'm telling
you right now,
you
that
just
stupid
put those
bird,
3 teams
that
together.
stupid KU bird has no business in the SEC, Tanner. No business in the SEC.
Like
So,
Missouri
no.
does. Like Missouri.
Well, they don't
Missouri
either. But,
never had any business.
Oh yeah. So that's
I mean, that's true, but
that Hunter said he said that when Oregon, USC, Washington, and UCLA joined the Big Ten.
You need to
don't
bring.
want 'em.
You need to bring Troy in for this conversation. I don't have anything to say about it.
You don't?
You got to bring Troy in for this next week. We can talk about it next week if you want, but
Well, I don't got much to it. I'm just stating like a couple guys I follow that actually are pretty accurate in some information. It's
So what would the Big 12 look like after that happened?
it'd be gone.
you'd just be minus KU, Colorado. at that
You
point.
would become a D2.
Would you still have?
We,
you still
we may
no,
not. We may not play K State.
It'd be done for.
No, it would
Iowa
be.
State would be done for.
It wouldn't be D2. You would still have.
No, I'm joking,
friggin'
but
BYU
it would be a
and
pretty
West
crappy.
Virginia.
That conference would be. Dude, it's already watered down as it is.
Big 12.
It'd be even worse.
Big 12 would be worse. It really would be. The fact that KU's coming in the range of football nowadays with Lance, and then and
You over here telling jokes too? Oh man, this
you
is
act
awesome.
like K State's going to be good this year.
Oh man,
They
you
could be
coming to the rage of football these days.
And you got
Oh,
a good
man.
baseball team,
Yeah,
and you got a
exactly.
great
Like,
basketball
yeah.
team. Like we're talking here, like they're going to compete in the SEC. It's just going to be way tougher to do anything. So
Yeah, I don't think SEC needs 25 schools or whatever that be
I
there.
mean, at that point, just
Stupid.
separate it by regions.
Well,
I
that's
would give
part of the
anything,
problem.
dude.
They did separate it by regions. It was literally the
want-
Southeast Conference.
I
and now
want
it's
Colorado and
Midwest
Nebraska.
Southeast.
I want Colorado, Nebraska, and KU in the same freaking conference, dude. I
Yeah, well,
love
they
that.
can do that, but don't
I
put them in
wanna
the.
see that
Don't
so
put
bad,
a
dude.
place like Colorado in the Southeastern Conference with Florida and Georgia and Tennessee and everybody else and Alabama. This makes no sense. I mean, Missouri was a stretch as it is. All right. By the way, did you really want one more sip of this Amberana just to cleanse your palate with
Is
the good
that
stuff?
the gingerbread man?
Yeah, the gingerbread. man.
You liar. That's not
No, I
what
swear to
that
God,
is.
it is. I pulled it back out for that
All right,
reason.
all right.
And if you want a good one, this is the way to go, man. This I think this was our
All
our
right.
winner as
Yeah.
a
yeah.
team, guys.
See you, Hunter.
So,
Appreciate you, buddy.
I gave it a 9. Is that correct? Did I give
That's
that
good,
shit a
man.
9?
so my top 3 favorites out
The
of all
second
this.
go round, I'll try to give it a 10.
My top 3 was this Oak and Eden Amberana, or barrel of Eagle Rare / Larceny, and Larceny Barrel Proof C924. I think that was my top 3 out of all of these today. I did like that Sweet Wheat 1792. Infinity Bottle was not great.
Infinity Butthole? Did you really just say that right now?
I'll let you pour yours in
Okay.
there. Just
All right.
pour slow so it doesn't.
Why'd you
create-
say Infinity Butthole? That doesn't make any sense.
What does an Infinity Bottle even mean? That's not even a thing.
That's your dad's troll bottle.
It might be.
No, he stated it on here.
No, the butthole.
He
part.
poured a
We
little
talked
bit
about the
of
butthole.
everything into it. It's a butthole.
I know. Do you want any more of this Amberana?
No, I'm good.
All right.
All right. This is the winner. This is a big winner.
I
dude,
think so.
for sure.
I think as a group, we all like the Amberana the best. So, yeah, man. Otherwise, that was a crazy list and a lot of different flavors going down the palate. So that's for dang sure. That 1792, both of those really impressed me. I thought one of them, that foolproof, was strong as hell, but the sweet wheat was really good for being a smoother kind of whiskey. So enjoyed that one quite a bit. But there was a couple turds in the mix, I think. But that's all right. Now we know.
All right. So while we're wrapping up here, guys, what's the one big thing you're looking forward to in Vegas this upcoming week?
It's a hard question, man, because there's so much in Vegas and just so much to do, so much where, I'm looking forward to all of it, but I can't pinpoint my number one thing because I can't wait to play Baccarat. I can't wait to, hang out with my family. Can't wait to go see Disturbed and Daughtry and Nothing More in a concert. Can't wait to see the scenery. Hopefully have good weather. And, there's some people out there going to that EDM festival that are going to be on
Katy
the strip,
Perry.
I'm sure. Just all that kind of stuff I think is going to be interesting. But honestly, for me, man, Vegas is just like one of my favorite places to be just because it's lively all the time. It's a city, that never sleeps. And there's always something to do. If you get bored in Vegas, it's your own fault, is the way I look at it. Otherwise, man, I can't sit here and say, oh, my number one favorite thing I'm looking forward to, other than just like hanging out with everybody, man, just doing our thing, whatever we want to do, and having some freedom for a few days, from away from, the normalcy of life, and especially, in we all have our own situation that we're going through in our life, and especially whenever you're just looking forward to having some mental freedom for a while. I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
For sure. And I think for me, every time I go to Vegas, it's never going to change, man. Like the number one thing I'm looking for as a married man, I got to put this into perspective. As a married man, I'm looking for the money.
Okay.
I want to come back. And I will tell you that until you guys put me in the grave, I will tell you this over and over and over again. I'm going to come back with more money than I showed up with. So I want profit. That's the number one word that I care about in going to Vegas. And not everybody can do that. It's not like an easy thing to do. It's actually it's extremely difficult. But if I can come back from Vegas with a profit, that's my number one goal. And that's all I care about. And after that, it'd just be to have fun. Why else would you go to Vegas? If you're not gonna have fun, then don't freaking show up there.
Vegas is the adult playground. It basically is what I look at it as. Is that it's just for people 21 and up to just go out there and party their ass off, have a great time, and do whatever it is they feel like doing. You can pretty much get away with a lot out there, and it's not a big deal unless you're just a total idiot. But
yeah, and if I could throw a third goal out there, I would say let's show up to a pool party where not everybody is taking a piss in the pool at the same time.
Oh, I only piss in Tulsa's pool. I don't piss in any other pool, dude. I won't do that.
If I've got like 3 people taking a piss, that's okay. But I don't want everybody taking a piss in the pool at the same time because I've heard that that's a thing out there, and I don't really want to show up for that. But so my third goal would be to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, actually. Like I said, I've warned you guys at Tulsa. That's the one pool I pee in every time I go, and I do it multiple times.
Dave just said, I can't send all allocated. Had to send a couple turds. We know, Dave. We know. It's all right. It's just part of the process.
There's a couple special ones in there, but there's like 4 or 5 really good ones.
At my bachelor party, they were doing things that you would think were worse than pissing in the pool. But I would actually much rather see that.
That?
I would much rather see that than the whole pool taking a piss at the same time.
Well, I don't mind going to a pool and watching a show. I mean, that's fine.
Show
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'd rather see a show, man.
It's okay.
So maybe that's my third goal. A third or fourth goal, something like that. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Go to Vegas more often. That should be my goal. Is go to Vegas more than once a year. That's my ultimate goal.
Look, I'm just gonna go. We're gonna enjoy. We're gonna have a good time, together, and that's the goal. That's the goal.
Tanner's gonna see things he hasn't seen before because
since
he doesn't go nearly as much as we do. The Vegas changes so fast that you're gonna walk into Vegas and go, oh, this place doesn't even look familiar to me.
Yeah, it's
Some
what I'm
ways.
afraid of.
Some
So,
ways. And so you're gonna see a big difference in the city compared to last time you went out.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can always go to Pawn Stars if there's nothing else to do. Just
I've
go
already
to
been
Pawn
to Pawn
Stars,
Stars, dude. Already been there.
Yeah, there's better places to go than Pawn
But
Stars.
but he was the guy. He missed he missed the whole thing of the bathing pool and all
Yeah,
no,
that
he
stuff.
wasn't there.
And
No.
Him and Ray both stayed back in the room.
We were
Yeah.
chilling. I was trying to hang out with
And
the-
like I was like, hey guys, it's our last day. It's our morning of our flight.
yeah.
I want to go to the pool, and you guys didn't want to leave the room, so I went down and we got to see a show.
yeah.
So
So that's what we need to get him into. at
Oh,
some
is that what
point.
it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, we'll see if you
I
can
don't know.
get him over there. But
I'm
gotta get
looking
him out of
forward
bed,
to it.
dude, because it's the morning time. Especially if
Yeah.
the sun's out, gotta get him out of bed.
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be me that needs to get out of bed in this.
I'll be
place.
fine.
Yeah.
I need my 8 hours, Tanner. 8 hours. After 8 hours, I'm fine.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna have my handy dandy helpers with me for the whole time, and it's gonna make me feel
Don't
good.
don't show it on screen like that. That makes it look so bad because it's such a small box.
No one can tell what this is.
They don't
so
even know what it is.
No one can tell what that is.
I'll
But
tell you what, dude. Every time you go to Vegas, you'll be sitting next to somebody who has never seen 1/10 of what you've seen in Vegas, and that'd be my other goal.
Yeah.
I just want to I want to see something else, and you will see it if you want to.
One of my
And a
favorite
lot of people
things
don't want to see that stuff.
in Vegas, if you're up late enough, just standing and chilling somewhere and just watching somebody get arrested. It's one of my favorite things
Oh
to do
yeah,
in Vegas
we've seen that a couple times.
because it happens
times.
nonstop out there. Somebody's doing something dumb and getting arrested every few minutes. So it's fun to watch some of that action too.
I don't know. It should be
You gotta
good.
stay up
Right?
late enough
Should
for
be good.
Yeah, you're good, man, because
I'm excited.
you brought the correct bankroll.
Yeah.
Like we've got tabs on your bankroll. We're in charge of you. We know how much money you're going to take.
Yeah,
So
we'll be good.
Wow, you're his financial advisor at this point
pretty much.
for Vegas.
That's what he told me.
You and I
It's okay.
both together.
Well,
We're this is like a
try
dual.
well,
You and I are dual financial advisors.
I
over
know
him.
where to find the cheap drinks in Vegas, so I can at least help with that part. So I'll try to steer him away from the expensive places.
cheap drinks, cheap games. You know, we got to
Yeah.
take him to a place where he can play and actually win money. That's the goal.
Oh, he's gonna win money out there. I don't know.
Denver out here not going to hit the 108 I'm hoping for at this rate.
We'll see. No, probably not. Nah, actually, you know what? We'll see it here.
Think
in a
there's a
bit.
chance?
There's a chance. There's
Chance?
A chance. Yes, there's a chance.
You know.
All right, guys. Well, I've had 12 whiskeys, so I'm a little tapped out. I'd say. I plan on having a few more in Vegas, but maybe not on the camera.
I hope we at least made it to 2 hours because I'd be very disappointed before I
Yeah,
go
we
to
did.
Vegas.
You know,
Before I go to Vegas,
know-
I'd be very disappointed if I didn't make it to 2 hours.
I do got to ask you, Jason. Pops, all right, Popovich is now no longer the official head coach there at San Antonio Spurs. He is now El Jefe, Presidente. What's your thoughts on that, man?
He's my hero, man.
End of an era. End of an era.
He's my hero, and I got to meet him. It was very brief, but I got to meet him, and I rooted for that team since I was like 12 years old. And
Well, what does that do for the Spurs? What does it do for your team, dude?
I think they picked the right guy
Yeah.
because he's been there forever. Like when you're in a place forever, I'm like nobody. If you say the name Mitch Johnson, nobody knows who the hell that is. You're gonna know at some point. You're gonna know, and they picked the right guy. As much as I wanted on this show, I've been preaching to you guys for 3 years now how they would bring in Bill Self. That's not how it's going to happen, and they picked the right guy. It's an amazing organization, especially now that they've got De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama. That's the new big three, man, and nobody knows who those people are right now, but you're going to know in the next 3 years, and I feel De'Aaron Fox. I've always loved De'Aaron Fox ever since he came into the league, and those are the guys, man.
Did Becky
and I'm rolling
Hammond
with
get
them.
screwed over in this potential spot?
Maybe. I don't know. It's not like a male female thing for me. I love her. I mean, I think she would have been a great choice.
Yeah, I was thinking that
But-
too. I mean, history there in San Antonio and all that. Like she's
Yeah,
been around Pops for so long too.
That's something that I would have loved to have seen, and I think a lot of people would love to see that. But she has history in that town, and I wouldn't have that. Like for me personally, if they would have chosen her, it's not for me. It's not. It has nothing to do with male female. I'm all in on that freaking team. For whatever reason, I don't know why. They always make the correct decisions. They always get lucky in the draft.
Is it lucky?
Oh,
Is
sure.
it good recruiting and good,
Sure. How
good-
can you get David Robinson and Tim Duncan and Victor Wembanyama just at the drop of a hat? There,
Leonard?
you got to
Yeah,
have
Leonard at the time too.
and Kawhi Leonard. You got to have a little bit of luck there. But if they would have taken Becky Hammond, I wouldn't have blinked on that.
You think it'd just be fine, like no problem. And, like 'cause
It
I
would've
guess
been-
she worked with Popovich for quite a while.
It would have been totally fine. But at the same time, Mitch Johnson was the decision, and I fully support them. And they're going to be just fine. And Wemby, like I think if you want to see a disaster, I think Wemby will get you two freaking rings.
But
that-
is he
that
going to
would
be
be the
healthy
worst
enough?
case.
Is he going to be healthy enough to be able to do that consistently?
Healthy for what? Like
what are you
never,
talking about? He's gone out this past year. It's potentially a career lingering issue.
No, I'm not buying it. There's too much. Stephon Castle is bigger than you think he's going to be right now. Because I know a lot of people would say, well, yeah, he won Rookie of the Year. And then we like to compare Rookie of the Years to guys like Ben Simmons and Michael Carter-Williams and people who are just horrible freaking players. Stephon Castle is not going to be that guy. Like,
No,
no,
I don't think Castle.
He is the third leg or potentially the second leg of the big three because, De'Aaron Fox, he's an older guy. Like a lot of people think of De'Aaron Fox as like, oh, yeah, he's still got his whole career ahead of him. No, like De'Aaron Fox could be the third leg of that big three, and Stephon Castle is the number 2 guy.
Or do they need a third person? They need a fourth person, right? They need somebody else.
No.
Come off the bench.
No,
Star
you
player.
don't need it. You don't need the fourth guy.
You don't think so? Like somebody from the Clippers, possibly,
No.
or coming to play like nothing.
No, they've got their core. They've got their core. In fact, I wish, in some ways, I wish they would have thrown Becky Hammond out there. But, it doesn't matter. Like a coach, you have to have a good coach. You don't have to have a great coach to replace Pop. You just have to have a good coach that knows what the hell they're doing. And, we've got our core, man. What can I say?
Did you see the LFA announcement?
About Popovich.
It was difficult to watch.
It was.
Yeah,
Very difficult.
It really was.
And I
For me,
honestly,
I've not been a lifelong basketball fan like you or you, and so for me, it's like I saw the news and I knew right away you would be. I was curious what you would think about it, but like for me, it doesn't impact me just because I became a fan of watching NBA in like 2020.
Yeah.
So I don't count towards caring about the history of what he did. But of course, I followed the Spurs. I mean, I know that the Spurs were a phenomenal team. In fact, the number 1 sports franchise and of all, throughout the early 2000s and all that, right?
Yeah.
So
I saw it last night for the first time, and it's something that happens with people who get old. It doesn't matter if you have a stroke or if you don't have a stroke. We're all going to go out at some point, and to see Popovich like that was a little bit different for me. But at the same time, the things that he's accomplished over the course of his career, he can take that to the grave.
Yeah.
And nobody will ever be able to take that away from him. And, now he's the team president. And, I love the guy, man. I don't care about, a lot of people would say, well, and I've heard this phrase over the last couple of weeks, which is that you don't like somebody's politics. With Popovich, I don't care about his politics because I love the man and I love what he brought to that organization, which was, what when we watched the that movie that one time with Talladega Nights.
That's right.
I wake up and I piss excellence. That's what I think about when I think about Coach Pop. He wakes up in the morning and he pisses excellence. That's what he did over the course of his whole career. And I'm not saying that he didn't have to put the work in because he did, but that's just that he's an icon. He's an icon not just for San Antonio, but for the entire history of the NBA. So, yeah, like he's one of my heroes in life for sure.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to leave it off right at that. No better way to end the show.
And a 2-hour show, as a matter of fact.
Right on the dot.
Yeah, I know. That's all right, man. What can we do? What can we do?
All right, let's get out of here, boys.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be back in a couple weeks for, I believe, to be our final show in Tanner's mom's basement.
Hey, if this is our final show in the mom's basement, too, I ain't going to be mad about it.
After that, we'll be remote for a while, I think. So.
And the gingerbread man goes up to a 9.5.
Almost a 10. Almost a 10.
9.5 is the gingerbread.
I do love that we all agreed on that one because the good news is I believe in Las Vegas that same whiskey's out there in certain places.
Let's go.
So it's going to be available to us around town. All right, guys. We'll be back in a couple weeks and hopefully have some good news to talk about, and obviously a little more on the NBA, of course, too. So.
That's right.
I just placed a bet while we were sitting here, so I got to root for
We're going to tell you how much money we win out there, by the way.
It's
all going to be.
We're all coming back with money.
It's going to be documented.
We're all coming back with money. I already know that. So
we're going to document the profits.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, guys. I will see y'all on the next one.
Outro.
See you guys.